always talking shit show.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
It's your boy Talkin.
It's your boy King Magic.
And we're back in tune with another session of the Always Talking Shit Show. I still gotta get used to that.
Just went back to my birth, man.
Nigga, you
birth
were
name.
Keem Sincere for like a whole almost year, nigga.
Yeah, I know, but I'm off nicknames now. Just going there.
Nigga, I'm gonna be Talkin forever. Niggas
Hey, I ain't saying I'm not against them.
Niggas don't gotta.
I'm just saying I'm off, for my own reasons.
I'm gonna start off like this. You usually ask how niggas doing. All right.
What's going on?
I'm gonna start off like this. So all you motherfuckers out there, this goes for anybody talking about anybody. If you that much of a bitch that you can only talk about somebody to a mutual friend that you niggas got, but you'll never say it to the person, you a whole bitch. Straight up and down, man, woman, LGBTQ, they, them, him, her, she, he, all of that. You a bitch. And it's always been around, but it's just amazing that you niggas, certain people would find out motherfuckers is doing a podcast. And then you find out who the person's co-host is. You got a problem with the co-host, so you ain't even gonna support the other person that you friends with. How stupid do you fucking sound? Let's be real. You blatantly said, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch it because such and such on there." How stupid you sound? How lame are you that you ain't gonna support somebody who you do fuck with because they doing a show that has nothing to do with you? It's just entertainment that you don't fuck with. Bitch, I'm sure you watch.
Well, what does that tell you?
I'm sure the majority of you motherfuckers watch all types of shows with motherfuckers that you don't like in it, movies that you don't like in it.
That's how you said person don't fuck with nobody. You feel me? That's how I would take it. That's how I take it.
Jesus Christ.
That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Motherfuckers have a lot to say about a motherfucker when the motherfucker ain't around. I'm over that shit.
That's how it's always.
You niggas are never. None of you niggas are ready to stand on your 10 ever.
It's always gonna be like that.
Ever ready to stand on your 10.
See how this shit works.
That shit is getting real fucking old with me. Like, motherfuckers always got something to say. Always and forever got something to say. You know what I'm saying? But you motherfuckers ain't doing nothing with your life. But always got something to say about the next motherfucker. That's the shit that I don't like. You always got, you obviously don't got enough going on in your own life to always have an opinion about a motherfucker or hold a grudge for however long you hold a grudge for. If I'm not stopping your money, if I'm not hurting you physically, if I'm not hurting you mentally, if I literally barely have anything to do with you, why I occupy so much space?
It's a good question, man. It's a good question.
Because you don't occupy it over here. Only time I ever speak on a person I don't fuck with is if I see the person. Like, if I come across a picture or some shit.
But what is going on with that shit?
You have a filter on your shit.
I did not mean to.
You have, like, that filter that shows us in multiple, like, bubbles and shit.
Yeah, I ain't mean to do that.
But in 2022, why you niggas so scared to get off of who you mad at? Why you niggas such pussy? I mean, niggas is like a term for men and women. I'm not just saying just niggas. It's women too. Why y'all so pussy to get off on who you mad at? Like, explain that to me.
When you say get off on who you mad at, what you mean? You mean like just verbal confrontation?
I got a problem with you.
Right.
But instead of ever saying what my issue is with you, you a whole bitch ass nigga and all types of shit to the next man that we know.
That ain't gonna change, man.
But I'll never say it to you, nigga. Why, nigga? But I'm asking you a question. Why niggas so pussy to get off on who they mad at?
I mean, shit. I just think that, like,
because it be some of the niggas who swear they the hardest.
Yeah, but we live in a world where, like, you got to redefine these things, man. Because confrontation and, like, being hard are two totally things. Yeah, right. Some people will just be like, okay, I'm hard because I'll fight you, or I'm hard because I'll shoot you, stab you, or harm you, right? Yeah. When the time is right, when I feel the safest in doing so. and society will let those people move around like they hard. But then you know what I always be amazed at? The fucking 5'1", 112, 22-pound cocktail waitress. That's at the strip club. That's at this bar with a whole bunch of rowdy ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? Wilding, drunk, and she handles herself. There's a certain level of toughness and confrontational, and like perseverance, if you would. That like, bro, I don't give a fuck how little I am. Then you're not gonna talk to me crazy. You're gonna give me my right change. Sit your ass over there, nigga. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? Don't touch me. And then you got motherfuckers 6'8", 240. Will talk all the wildest shit in the world because they 6'8", 240. But if you do something or say something that they don't like, that moves them emotionally,
call PD.
No, they'll call your mutual friend, nigga.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. That nigga wild.
Nigga, I'm still whoop that little nigga ass.
But when you was in my face, wasn't talking none of that.
Because it's not about the violence. It's more so about you hurt my feelings, and I don't have the like. I'm not human enough, nigga, to process it, nigga, and speak about it. I haven't developed my human skills up enough, and I say human because there's men and women with this problem.
Another thing I'm gonna jump off the porch real quick. I'm about to be jumping off the porch today.
Man, just be careful, bro.
All right.
We only got one porch left right now.
No, we don't. We're only using one porch right now.
I'm just saying, we only got one porch.
Because I'll smoothly take the code from fucking Twitch or somewhere else and live us on that motherfucker. Because, nigga, I made affiliate on Twitch in a week, nigga. Which is the step to get paid, nigga.
I'm just telling you.
In a week. So, nigga, fuck around, go get a Twitch deal on these niggas. Twitch be paying, though.
What were you trying to say?
Fuck Facebook.
Well, fuck you.
Facebook, Meta, whatever the fuck you call yourself now.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I'm blocked again.
Do elaborate. I mean,
I'm blocked
words, nigga.
again.
Why you mad? Tell them why you mad.
Well, fuck you.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Head dead motherfucker.
You supposed to be suspended right now.
Fuck that. Because I said somebody should slap the shit out you. I didn't even, that's not a threat. A threat is me saying I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
But you typed it. There's no context.
Like, just saying.
That's why if I'm sitting here like, boy, I'll slap the shit out of you. That's not a problem on Facebook. Because it's in context. We're having a conversation. But if I type that to you, nigga, on their admin, on their shit, where they getting sued by rich soccer moms.
Well,
nigga,
you
for
stupid
bullying.
bitch ass niggas at Meta, you motherfuckers need to do more research and go look at the context of what the fuck I'm saying. If you're gonna look at the,
or you could express yourself without using code, without speaking in a way that will make them ban you off their shit. Because we don't have a platform. That's all I'm saying.
No, fuck them, father, fuck them, because it's a real pick and choosy shit that we're doing. Because what niggas you gotta stop having bullying is such a fucking loose term, bro. It's not bullying because somebody should slap you for your fucking. It's an evolving
term. Yes, it is.
It's a what?
It's an evolving term.
It's right. Too much, bro.
Well, see, the thing is, we didn't get the luxury. We didn't get the luxury of bullying,
right?
And the thing is, I preferred it that way because every fucking body, everybody in the world, should have been talked about before or made fun of,
for real,
so that you know that you ain't no better than nobody else, bro. Like, I mean. Kids that are in the NBA right now could tell you that it was times in school that they were getting picked on and bullied for being so tall.
I can keep it
or made
real
fun
with
of.
you.
There's guys in the NFL that was that's big giants, nigga, tackling quarterbacks. It's like, yeah, man, kids made fun of me. They called me woo woo woo.
Nigga, I
like,
could smoke anybody in a roasting contest. You know who I can't? My brother. And I know this. But is it a bully when he decides to come at me and he's winning? No. Because I know on any other given day, I'm going to roast with the best of these niggas.
You know what it is? Niggas didn't pay attention to Nutty Professor.
Right.
Right? when Sherman Klump was sitting with the baddie and
Dave
Dave
Chappelle
Chappelle was
on
roasting the audience,
Mm-hmm.
not when he was getting on him.
Oh, yeah.
When he was roasting everybody else, Sherman Klump had a good time and was laughing his ass off.
Yep, until it came to him.
Until it got to him. And then he became a victim. Right? So it's just like, man, you got people on one hand that'll tell black people don't be offended by Joe Rogan's use of the N-word. He's a comedian. And then those same people will literally try to get a lawyer and sue Facebook because they have a kid that's allegedly trying to hurt themselves because kids are making fun of their red hair.
Or they'll try and cancel fucking Dave Chappelle because of remarks that he makes.
Cancer culture makes no sense at all.
None.
And only the people that are not backed financially are the ones that actually truly can be canceled.
And you niggas in this cancel culture, that's just sensitivity on a whole new level. You niggas has gotten so sensitive. And it's just the broad niggas is always a statement for everything.
What you mean? Like sensitive in which way?
Sensitive in many ways. Sensitive to the fact of the matter that, like you said, we didn't have the luxury of being bullied when we grew up.
Right.
Sensitive to the fact that words can now make people go commit suicide. Sensitive to the fact that moms can now go on Facebook and sue Facebook.
Or Snapchat. You see what they did with Snapchat?
And sue these platforms because your fucking son or daughter decided to be on this platform. They don't got to be on the platform. You are allowing them to have a Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. You allow this. So you can't go sue when somebody's getting the best of your son or your daughter and they can't handle that shit. It's tough love over here. We came from the dozens. If you don't know what the dirty dozens are, that's when you got with the homies in the morning or anytime you got with them in school, nigga. Oh, you old dusty shoe wearing ass, goofball, tall ass, boy. Do a cartwheel, kick Jesus ass nigga. Like, come on,
and this nigga
bro.
might hear this shit. It was this little nigga Jamal, man, I went to high school with. And it's funny because I always scoffed at my high school experience because I used to be mad that I felt like I was pulled out of my culture and plucked somewhere else.
Yep.
But my nigga Jamal, he brung that energy. And like this nigga was standing in the main hall. I'm talking about, bro, it's early morning, nigga. Roasting anything moving, nigga. If you come through that hallway,
Teachers,
you getting something. Teachers, principal, hall monitors, school police. And it got to a point where niggas know, you walk these steps, nigga, this nigga and anybody around them is going to be laughing, pointing at you.
You had to go look at your fit and be like, what can he get all be about today?
Or you know what you really have to do?
Get at him.
Laugh at that shit, fam.
Or, you
it's
had
fucking
two choices.
funny.
You had two choices.
Like,
you either laughed or you
snap
stood
back
with him and snapped with him. Like, oh, I know you ain't talking looking like.
Sometimes you might get a little square kid or something, nigga. They joking on him. He's like, what? Oh man, and
With
they'll
your
get,
old
yeah,
look
and they'll
and-
get, and it'll be funny.
And that's when the nigga
what-
cap and give it
and
to
guess
you.
what, Jamal?
You give it to him like.
And I'm giving my nigga his flowers.
got
Guess what the nigga always did? Laughed.
Yeah.
Nigga, you can make fun of that
If
nigga
a nerdy
any time
nigga
of the day,
came
and
through-
he gonna laugh if it's funny.
If
Nigga,
a
that's
nerdy
just,
nigga came through and I was bagging on everybody and he hit me with one, you might have stopped my bagging for the morning. You won. I might be like, you get my stand here. You got it today. You got it. That shit was touche, my nigga. Matter of fact, come kick it with me.
But that's
nigga.
what it
You
is,
got
though.
jokes.
It's like, but it's some people
We
are
came
okay
from
with
the
that.
joke era, man.
But,
We came
but
from where
it's a cultural thing too, though, and it's a cultural thing because, like, bro, everybody got that uncle, that auntie, nigga, that, like, you know what I mean, that grandparent, somebody in their family from our culture that literally, if you don't know no better, they talking shit. They talking shit. You feel me? But it's out of love.
Yeah.
And we know that. So you just laugh or you get back on them and that's that. It's just, but everybody don't come from that. You feel me? See? Hey, but Matt was like, I used to.
And
said,
Matt,
said
and the
he used to
fucked up
torture
part
him,
about
so
it,
like,
Matt, you probably drove. And this ain't saying you a bully. You probably drove somebody to fucking be in depression, fucking be sad about and fuck their self-esteem up. That's the shit I'm talking about. Cat Williams said it best. Self-esteem is the esteem of yourself, nigga. I should have no control over that.
But who teaches you that?
You.
You don't just learn that. Some people are gifted,
Yeah.
are blessed enough to learn that lesson.
Or you
but it
know
comes out of
somebody and you
out of
learned it
pain.
from
It
it,
comes
yeah.
out of like, you know what? I can't nigga do nothing with my forehead. This is just my forehead.
Because one thing
I can't do nothing about being dark skinned. This is on my
one
skin
thing
tone.
my mom
I can't do
and
nothing
my
about being
dad-
short or tall or you know what I mean?
One thing my mom and my pops always told me is, motherfuckers gonna say whatever they want about you.
That's now you get into what I'm speaking to.
How you feel about yourself.
So
at the
you
end
answer
of the
my
day.
question. Your parents taught you, nigga, to be able to get your fucking pull your boots on, nigga, and walk outside and come back in this house with your head held high. Your last name, I don't give a fuck what your last name. Everybody got a last name with some shit that can be made fun of. None of us asked for it.
Hold on, nigga. I had a name that was hard. One white kid came up with one. You know what I did? I laughed my motherfucking ass off because somebody finally was able to banana bobana me
What
one.
you mean?
This nigga, because my name is Andre Dowdy.
Right.
It's not really. So you can't really rhyme that with some shit.
Right.
So
It's
this
safe. It's
nigga
safe.
says something. This nigga called me Lingerie Howdy. I'm like, you got it.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
you the only nigga
That was
that's done
creative,
in
nigga.
my whole life.
He got in
Nobody's
this
ever been able
bag.
to
He
do
got
it,
in this
nigga.
bag. Like,
I'm
I'm
like,
gonna give you a name, nigga.
got
I
it.
see what you're saying.
You got it.
See, and then growing up playing sports, dog, you make fun of
Lingerie
each other.
Howdy. I remember
But
that.
I know one thing, like being in that locker room, going on road trips and shit.
Right.
Fam.
You bagging. That's just.
Not to mention you a bunch of kids from all over the country in a
Right.
random city. We don't know nobody. Nigga, we walking around snapping on each other, nigga. How y'all talking Texas? Nigga, you country as fuck.
And right
like,
now,
we would just go back
in
and
the
forth.
day and age, we're so fucked up in this day and age. People would look at that and end up calling the police because they don't know that we're having a session.
Well, yeah, no, it's been like, when you get a young group of young men, I get what you're saying. It get dangerous in that way.
I feel like it's way worse now, though.
But it's now, it might be even more heightened and worse.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
Because everybody want that clout.
Right.
And
it don't even got to be a group of niggas. It could be a group of white dudes capping and getting, because niggas get loud. When you a real roaster and shit, niggas is at full fucking volume at in each other's face. Like, dude, nigga, bro, you old looking ass nigga. Like, outside looking in from across the street, I get what you think you're looking at.
That's why people forget. I always say, man, if we go back to our childhoods, go back to elementary, humanity would be a better place. Mm-hmm. Because what are the first things you start tattling on your teacher to your teacher too much? She'll sit you to the side and let you know that no one really likes a tattletale.
Yep.
Your parents.
If you didn't have parents that didn't already,
if you come
tell
from a
you
certain
that
culture, your parents was already on
Stop
you about that
fucking
shit.
telling all the time.
Stop telling everything you see and hear.
Like,
Hey, I come from a culture and a family and a tribe that, bro, if you are not of a certain age and intellect, you're not even welcome at the dinner table.
Yep.
You got to go sit over there at the kid table, nigga, across the fucking room somewhere on Thanksgiving. You don't know what the adults is talking about because you can't handle that information.
I'm having to teach my daughter right now. My daughter Jada, she likes to be the bully and then the victim. I told her, I was like, you can't be both.
Mm-mm.
I was like, you can't. I told her, I was like, you are a walking contradiction. I was like, let me tell you what I mean by that. You are so tough, yet so goddamn sensitive. You are a bully, yet you are a fucking victim.
It might be our defense mechanism.
And I'm like, you can't be that. I was like, and I'm like, don't just be. I'm like, you can't be passive aggressive. I'm like, I told her, I was like, I don't want you to be aggressive or passive aggressive. Just be you. I was like, I don't want you to be a fucking bully. I was like, you do not be a victim either. I was like, you ride the middle of the fucking street on that one. I was like, nigga, I was like, you can't be tough and be a fucking sensitive ass person who cries when somebody gets on them for finally they go sick of your shit.
Yeah, you can't walk around with an attitude all day and then when somebody snap at you or match that
Be in
energy,
your fucking feelings.
you feel victimized.
And yeah,
but that's where
like,
that's why you got to have those conversations because now they can look at their actions and be like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, you don't want to be that
My
person.
overall point. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
I was like, you don't want to be that person. Like, I was like, because we all got a friend like this. Oh, there's that nigga whoopty whoop. What the fuck we getting into today with this dude? What attitude they walking over with? What are we starting? We all got that friend. We all got that friend that can change the whole energy of a whole fucking situation, bro, when we see him.
Right.
I was like, don't be that person. I was like, don't. I was like, stop telling your mom you're gonna do shit and you don't get it done. I was like, what you don't realize because you're 11. I was like, your word is everything. I was like, your word in this world is everything. If nobody can take your word at face value, you have nothing to stand on.
Right. That's facts. No, that's facts. And you know, it's become a thing where like society allows it's like the quickening of maturity for young adults.
And that's what I told her. I was like, stop trying to be grown so quick. I was like, be 11. Have the only responsibility that you have is school. Like,
but all kids try to be that. And like the thing is I just remember, like when I let little man watch older cartoons that we used to watch, they're so much different from cartoons now. Right. And it's just like now I even be thinking like, damn, well, what are they trying to do to these kids?
They're trying to dumb kids down. Our cartoons were way more intellectual and they were way more mature. And
there's even in fantasy there's a element of a little bit more realism to it.
Like look at Ren and Stimpy. Look at when they brought that cartoon back, what they had to classify it as. That shit was a fucking mature cartoon when they brought it back. And they were showing some of the, and they were showing some of the same old episodes, bro. They had new ones made.
Yeah, but it was the same episode.
But nigga, that's an adult show now.
Yeah.
And that was Saturday morning cartoons for us.
Right.
Look at Looney Tunes. They can't even show old school Looney Tunes no more because all of the cartoon violence in it.
Right.
You can't have Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd chasing Bugs Bunny. You can't show Bugs Bunny shooting this nigga Daffy Duck's beak off and shit.
Damn. See, now I feel like they hide it with like abstract characters. You know, just because the gun shoots a laser instead of a bullet don't mean it's less, you know what I'm saying, indoctrinated.
With like LGBTQ and shit, but like look at the Proud Family reboot. It has somebody, it's like his name's like Makeup Kid or something.
Who?
Makeup Kid. It's on the Proud Family cartoon. Remember the black cartoon we used to have on Disney Channel? Kyla Pratt was one of the main fucking voices of it.
I do remember it. I never really watched that because I was older at the time.
Right, we were all older, but it was
just
it was the big deal because we had an all black kids cartoon on Disney Channel.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought it back, but now there's a gay dude. Now there's a gay dude who does makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Fam, why is it that everything?
Prom with no gay anything.
Why is it that everything that's designated
black
to like the urban black space, it's oversaturated? And see, the problem is it's not even a problem, I guess, but the issue that I'm starting to find is that it's not organic.
It's not.
So with a heterosexual couple, typically they build the character up, right? Because it's slutty for them to meet right now and then to be in the bed, right?
Right.
Unless you're giving that adult type nigga one night stand.
Yeah.
We're just in a, you know, but for like teen and young audience, when they talk about the interest of love interest, it's typically a slow build. I mean, Steve Urkel didn't get to really kiss Laura Charles for years, right? Or not Laura Charles, or Laura Winslow for years, right?
Not until like the third to last season.
I said Laura Charles, even in The Last Dragon, he ain't really get at her to like the end of the movie. So it's just that we come from that. And when you deal with heterosexual relationships, that's typically how they do it.
Right.
Now, granted, there's more, I guess, I wouldn't say data, but there's more like acceptance, right? When they tackle homosexuality in these shows, they dehumanize a lot of these characters.
Right.
They make them over emotional and defiant and all these things instead of just like writing in a normal character that but when it's time to speak about his romantic love interest, it's a man or it's a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Also, here's one of my things that like irritate me about the portrayal of.
Let me land my plane real quick. I'll be quick. So what I'm saying is that like I'm watching some of these shows. Like I told you about the Teen Wolf and shit like that.
Right.
Like I'm watching Teen Wolf because I grew up watching Teen Wolf as a kid. Even the remakes was pretty dope, and I'm like, oh, my nephew will love this because I'm thinking I know about it. It's nothing like
nothing like
It's nothing like we grew up on, and the whole premise is about a gay character, and so what happens is like. But they don't like build that.
They don't.
They don't have a guy that. Know what I'm saying? They don't have a guy that he has a relationship with, that he has an interest in, that they're slowly building a romantic like climax with. They don't do that. They just go from like they'll have an awkward moment, and then next thing you know, they're not talking to each other, and then the guy will be like, "Hey man, why are you avoiding me?" And they're in a locker room, and next thing you know, they're having sex. Bro, it's just random, and they're in high school.
There's now a bisexual Superman arc out there.
What do you mean?
He's bisexual in the comic. Matter of fact, no, he's gay. He's not bisexual.
Well, you know the new James Bond, the newer James Bond guy was going back and forth with the studio because he wanted to introduce James Bond as being bisexual. He wanted to have a bisexual love interest in one of the movies.
I have no fucking problem with this. But
my thing is just like create a bisexual
what
superhero.
I was saying before I fucking forget about it. Nigga. Damn, I already forgot about it.
We was talking about the arc of Superman.
No, I was talking even before then when you said let you land. What I was going to say then. I completely forgot.
Well, I landed at
Oh, okay. Here's my problem about the portrayal of gay people across any movie,
like
TV show,
period.
And I'm not talking any creed, any color. I'm talking about the community.
Right.
Why is every gay person so fucking flamboyant? Every gay person in life is not that over the top. You have big, burly, homosexual men who look like lumberjacks. You have homosexual men who go to the gym with each other. You got homosexual bodybuilders. You got homosexual wrestlers. You got homosexual hoopers, football players,
athletes, yeah.
baseball players,
rappers.
Why do you have to portray homosexual people as so over the top when they're all not like that? You're not portraying a real you're not portraying a real idea of what homosexuality really looks like. Because you give me 10 homosexual couples, every one of them isn't hi.
Right. That's true. I find that it's either on that scale or it's typically like the
just represent everybody the way they're really represented.
Or it's they're still like stuck in the whole, oh, there's one guy that's out and then there's the other one that's kind of conflicted and confused. Now that might still happen, right?
Oh, of course.
I'm sure it does.
It's still not.
But it's about pushing the narrative.
Right.
It's about pushing the narrative further. Like, what's wrong with just having two gay men that are perfectly comfortable in their skin?
Nothing.
That they can live their lives.
Go to the gym. Hoop.
Right. How about you try to normalize homosexual life?
Every homosexual,
but they do try to put it. They hot button it.
Every homosexual you see in a fucking show or something, what's their occupation? They're a hairdresser. They're a fashion designer. What up? Like it's never CEO. It's never hooper. It's never fucking rapper. It'll be some kind of like really over the top flamboyant singer.
Or if it is those individuals, it's secretive.
Right.
It's in the dark.
Right.
It's
like
closeted.
Why can't you portray them as
you
refuse to portray these people as the strong people they are. Let's be real. You over feminize them because they're homosexual. Some of these homosexual men aren't hella feminine. They just like men.
If not feminine
at all. They just like men. They're not like, I'm saying, like, they are as buff and as burly and talk just as much shit and don't get offended by these are the ones you could call the F word that wouldn't get offended. Because these are the ones comfortable in their skin. These are the ones like, well, nigga, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
I think that anytime you speak on anything in a derogatory term,
it's bad regardless.
No. It's based on comfort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, black people don't like to admit this shit, There's a white boy that grew up around y'all that get the N-word off every once in a while.
There is.
And you might not ever look at it as racist.
Nope.
But the white dude down the street, 2 other blocks, is getting his face. You're going to want to try to rearrange his face every time he say it. Because you don't even look at
it's
it like
the fucking hypocrisy.
But then there's,
of things, bro.
there's 2 sides of that.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, because I'm a firm believer that you could be a white kid that grows up around black kids and never have the desire to use the N-word.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know a lot of them.
For sure.
So it just goes both ways, man. But yeah, it's like that. I know some. I don't even want to say that because I think that is derogatory. But I do know some gay men that are openly gay that. You know what I mean? They don't make it.
That act just like we do.
Well, no, they're sexual preference
It's
aside.
not ours.
We're the same. We're the same type people.
We would have the same conversations.
So it's about
except
representation.
The difference is we be talking about sexual things with women, and they would be their sexual things would be referencing men. That's the only difference.
It's about representation, authentic representation, right? But dog, we're still trying to accept that, get that as black people,
right?
Right. But the thing is, if we're going to be fair, no, I don't know if white people feel like they get proper representation on TV. I got some white friends that might be like, bro, why they always make white people look so clueless?
Why?
To like social,
let's say this.
social issues and things like that are like.
Why do they make white people so socially awkward and over the top too? Why is it every time a white person interacts with a black person on a TV show, they're always trying to tiptoe around being a racist and not say anything racist? Why is that always the interaction?
They'll show it on TV like there's no natural interactions amongst us, right?
Like we always come to each other and the white person's always on eggshells and the black dude's always ready to call him on some racist shit. That's not how we interact with each other.
Right. It's when they try to like have,
you know what I'm saying?
It's when they try to it's when they try to like attack real issues without attacking them.
Right.
That you get that type of screenplay or, that type of,
They basically, do you remember the game?
The show?
Okay. They made, that's Tia on there, right? Or is that Tamara?
One of them.
Whichever one.
Beautiful.
They pretty much made her a white black girl. And that's what I mean by.
Elaborate on that.
She's very socially awkward. She's very, if you look at her mannerisms and shit, she's hella uppity. She's mad uppity. She's very fucking nose up arrogant because look at her family too. Look at the mom and dad.
But that's why I would say that she's not a black white girl.
But the reason now
because there's black people like that.
I'm just saying, but put the white skin on her. That's how they portray every white girl.
Right.
Hella awkward, just doesn't
no matter the economic background.
Bro,
like you're right. No, you're right.
Like,
I get it.
White
it's like
and
a
black
certain
people don't fucking interact like that
so
all
I
the
guess,
time. White people could come will like.
But I guess what we're saying is that Hollywood isn't really that accurate.
No, at all, bro.
And sometimes you get some stuff that because what we do is we have set in things that we allow, right? Mm-hmm. We see the little when they do the little stereotypy shit. No matter which way it is, we see it. We just kind of brush over it to get to the story and the entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
And you're now it's so bad to the point you're stereotyping white people. Like literally,
everybody gets stereotyped.
If we all have a stereotype in these in TV shows now, white people are hella awkward, over the top. They don't know how to interact with black people most of the fucking time. Like. Anytime you see a new introduction with a white person and a black person.
Let's stay there.
Like when you see the black person meet the white CEO. The white CEO is always something about him
let's stay there. In certain because I think that like when we live in like small median cities and stuff like that, like a Las Vegas or if you go to like a Sacramento or something like that, I do think black-white relationships, Reno, are completely different than if you go to like Chicago.
Yeah.
If you go to, Oakland. There's certain places in this country that are still extremely segregated.
Right. But
so
the places that they portray on these TV shows is always New York.
But there are elements there of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. A kid from the suburb area of Auburn Hills going in to move into Detroit for the first time. What have you heard about Detroit? What if you? What are your experiences that will make you feel comfortable and safe
to go to Detroit,
meeting and operating around new people in Detroit? You're gonna be socially awkward at first.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying. But it's about the framing of it.
Right.
They'll make it like these motherfuckers live here, been living here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or these motherfuckers.
That's why I never like certain shows.
They work in the same office building or some shit, and now you're meeting the white dude's wife, and the white dude's wife doesn't know how to act around black people. Most people just know how to act around people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they'll make a play on it that like there's an awkwardness there, and the awkwardness is that this is a young single black woman, and because
there's no reason for that.
It's all about the context. If you're watching Colin Kaepernick's Black and White, it makes sense.
Right.
This is autobiographical. Like it's
this really happened.
But it's always like they do make that play. They make that play a lot with authority. They're always gonna have some young black dude in there being like almost standoffish and almost unrealistic.
Yep.
In like his disdain or his like not disdain but his standoffishness towards any white authoritative figure. And that's not, or they're extremely defiant. And that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? There's a middle ground there. But that's not where the money is. That's almost like news. News could just hit you with the facts.
Yeah.
But that they weren't billion-dollar empires then.
Right.
Let me add in some shit that could be, you know what I'm saying, a little to the left.
Right.
Well, like maybe let me leave with this story that says maybe Obama is from another country. Like,
I just feel it's
the salaciousness of it.
I feel like just humans in general need to be portrayed better in TV shows, bro.
Because it might set a standard.
Right.
It might set a standard of like, we humans.
Yeah.
Like more of like a human camaraderie.
Right.
Like we better than that. Like we don't do that.
We definitely are. Because even like Tori watches some of these shows.
What's the thing that humans don't do? Oh, and my bad. Go
Tori
ahead. No,
watches
go
these
get
shows
that
and
off.
she's like, white people I know don't act like this. And her friends don't. Like when her friends see me, they know how to interact with me. They don't like, oh my God, this is a black dude, let me be careful. No, what's up, Dre? How you doing? Whoopty whoop. How's the business? Shit
it's
like
2022,
that.
fam. Like,
and when I first met him, oh, this is Dre. Heard so much about you. Nice to finally meet you.
Shit.
Like, how you doing? Like, my name is Whoopty whoop. Like,
right. I dig
like it's normal fucking conversation. It's not some white lady being like, oh, I got black friends.
Right.
And they do that shit in the TV shows all the time.
To this day, like, they still
white
portray
people,
that.
Don't
be a white lady over 50.
Oh yeah, contrary to popular belief, more white people don't come up to black people and tell us about the black friends they have. They don't. They don't come up socially awkward like that and have to explain to us that they watch black television or the black charitable donations they belong to or how they fucking voted. The best one is I voted for Obama.
Man, they beat that shit to death. Yeah, they beat that shit to death, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. They beat the I voted for Obama stance on sitcoms, movies. That shit was everywhere.
That is y'all number one way to make a white person seem socially or racially awkward and a racist at the same time in your shows. You love to fucking do it. You love to be the racist awkward moment and let the white person say, I voted for Obama.
And then the reverse of that is like there's always a sense of the way they portray black like women a lot is there's not a it's like they don't go out of the, I'm not going to say that they make them not classy. They'll put a black woman in a classy role. She's professional. She's talented.
Right.
But they'll give her a little Wanda. If you understand what I'm saying. They'll give her a little Shanae. They'll put this, man, I know a million black women from the hood, from inner cities. That's class personified. They're quiet. They're soft-spoken. Nigga, they're not loud like that. But that's
classy
just
as fuck.
That's just always gonna be the mantra. Like every black woman has a ghetto button
because
that they can press
and
turn ghetto.
White girls back in the day of Martin and shit being on TV. What was their way of explaining a ghetto black girl? They would call her Shanae or some shit like that.
Or Wanda.
Right.
Jamie Foxx.
Like the one thing I respect about Kelsey Grammer in the game, in the show, The Game, is he showed all aspects of black life in that fucking show. He showed the half-breed black dude.
Shout out to Kelsey Grammer because he does that in all of his shows.
But the reason I love that show is because he showed the whitewashed half-black dude, fucking penny pinching, money tight, married to a white woman. They had the young high school or college couple where the one black girl gave up her dream, but they made her a doctor. They gave, Kelsey Grammer always does that. Mm-hmm. You had the one quote unquote ignorant, flashy, spend all his money superstar athlete. You had his mom, who's from Richmond, Virginia, portrayed
Cali,
or not Richmond, stupid.
No,
Richmond, California, I mean. So for her to be as hood and as ghetto as she is, that's exactly how a fucking mom like that from Richmond's gonna act.
But then she's also, nigga,
hella sophisticated,
a multi-millionaire nigga,
right?
Self-made nigga, power agent.
Never. The only thing she had her little relationship issues, which is showing the plight of the black woman and the fucking issue she goes through dating anybody, especially black men.
Stereotypically,
right?
Because these are all stereotypes,
right?
Because if you go look at the statistics of black marriage life and all that type, fathers,
it's not like that.
It's nothing like that. And if we start talking about other ethnicities, then it gets into a sensitive place. Mm-hmm. See, that's a crazy thing. Shout out to Kelsey Grammer, because I've always respected that about Kelsey Grammer. If you're going to exploit black life, nigga, on television and write about it,
you're gonna exploit
us due.
The right way, right?
Be respectful to us and to our culture.
Yep.
You can say the same thing with girlfriends.
Because nobody in any of his shows that portrayed black people, they weren't hood. They weren't hella ratchet.
You can say the same thing with girlfriends, right?
They weren't fucking drug addicts, crack fiends. They all had good ass jobs.
All four of those women,
beautiful apartments, and
were
houses.
Like sophisticated, intelligent, intellectual, and multifaceted.
Something together, right?
No, they just all had different shit popping.
I could have sworn two of them.
Multifaceted, and like all I'm saying is that he tries to attempt in his way to humanize these characters.
Yep.
Now, he doesn't make any ratchet shows. All of his shows share.
You know what's crazy is he gave the black people the same. Oh, my bad. Let me let you land. I keep doing it to you. No, go. I'll remember this one. I'll remember this one. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm just saying, like, he always does like a multifaceted, multi-layered intellectual space. Even with, like, Frasier is one of my favorite TV shows. And you're like, you know what I'm saying?
It's my dad's too. My dad loved Frasier.
Frasier is fucking. My sister put me onto that, and I always thought that shit was
sophisticatally funny.
It's
like if
classic,
you're smart
bro.
enough. If you
Frasier
have a
is fucking
certain
funny,
class
bro.
To you, if you have any type of class to you, you can find Frasier funny.
Yeah, I think it's just more intellectual than anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because class is subjective.
Well, not class,
you know
but yeah, any type of like.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying, right?
It's sophisticated. It's that. You know what I mean? But it's funny. But it's also damn near not one black person on the show, right? And you kind of become okay with that. Where it becomes like this whole dichotomy that we're talking about is. It has to start from somewhere. It starts from a place where, okay, black people aren't accepted on this space of TV. Yep. And then when we're going to, like, mention black people or anybody else, we're going to play to the worst stereotypes of these race of people, right? And then now we're going to let actual Latinos and black people and Asians play these roles, but they have to stay within this character frame. So not until you get years later till black people, well, speaking just for our culture, get to branch out and start do the right things and things like this to where now they have competition and it's like, okay, well, let's do a movie.
Look what they
did. Now it's their version of that.
Right. Look what they did.
You know what I'm
to
saying?
The Mexican dude from Fast and the Furious. That nigga's IMDb credits, his name in every movie he's in is Hector. He's a Mexican dude.
What do you mean?
The Mexican dude, Fast and Furious first one, is the only Mexican dude in the movie. His name was Hector. Is
his real name Hector?
Yeah. It's fucked up. And he's typecast, though. He's never played any other role. And it's because early in his career, they did some racist shit to him, typecast him, and now his name in every fucking movie's Hector. How fucking racist is that?
Just as racist as Al Pacino playing Scarface?
Right. Or who didn't he play?
But you have to grow into
Italian,
that.
So
but you have to grow into knowing that.
Right.
Why wasn't Manolo Tony?
Yeah, the nigga from Cuba. How is everybody in the movie?
'Cause we
but-
in
hold on,
America.
Listen.
That's-
How
now you
was
talking- now you
everybody
talking
in the
my
movie
language, nigga.
but Al Pacino of Latin descent?
Bro,
Even his sister.
to this
His
day,
sister.
to this day, people disrespect the Cuban dialect because of his rendition of a Cuban
Oh yeah.
accent. Oh damn! Just Hector, huh?
Some of his movie credits.
Hey, that's fucked up. I've seen him in a couple movies. You're
He's
right.
been Hector.
Hey, how much is this by choice nowadays, though?
No, his name ain't even Hector. It's Noel.
How much is this by choice nowadays?
No, bro.
And you know what's fucked up?
I don't know.
You know what's fucked. You know what'd be really fucked up?
What's up?
Cause I forget who it is, so I ain't gonna speak on it like directly. But it was a nigga that had a kind of action like that, and then they found out he wasn't even Hispanic. He was just able to pass as a Hispanic. This nigga was like Indian or some shit like that, playing all Mexican roles, nigga, doing them no service, stereotypes like a motherfucker. Like nigga, it don't matter. Dog, think about. Hey, no. You said Tony was the only other person that wasn't. Not Tony, his sister.
No, his sister is. Oh,
No,
she's black.
Not. No, she's not.
She white?
Yep.
Hold on.
Look her up. Oh, go ahead, my nigga.
Because
Cause nigga, I felt Drake
God.
when he was like, "You remind me of Tony's sister on Scarface." She was bad, but she had like an ethnic look to her, and they was just like, "Yo, we gonna have her play the Cuban part." Cause she had that look, and nigga, she bad. She's white, nigga. She's like Italian or some shit like that. You'll see when you pull her up. Watch. It's crazy. It blew up. I'm like, damn. But that's when I start thinking, like, how racist is Hollywood, bro? Like, we got enough people in the world, and you can't tell me that there's not one of at least 100 of everybody trying to act. For every nationality, sex group, orientation, all that shit, being disabled, all that. Vertically
that's
challenged.
funny. They're both Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both Italian.
Isn't that
Her and
funny?
That nigga. That's because she don't look Italian, nigga.
Let me see how she look right now.
She still look the same, just older. She don't look Italian.
Actually, bro, she looks Italian. She looks like
You think
Italian.
so?
Like she probably from one of the 5 families, nigga. Like nigga from one of the original 13, whatever the fuck families it is in Italy.
So
No
what I was
disrespect to
gonna say-
Italy. Shout out
What I
to
was
Italy.
gonna say about Kelsey Frazier is Kelsey Grammer made Frazier as well.
No, I know.
So what I loved
why I brought it
about
up.
Kelsey Grammer is as sophisticated and everything as the white man Frazier was, every black person he portrayed was
Same
just
thing.
as
You can't name one character
that ain't on the same level
that's black
as
in
Frazier.
any of his shows that couldn't be a guest character on Frasier.
Yep, there is not one.
Like their actual character from that show can just go over to Frasier.
Because
and
even
be like,
Malik,
what's up?
the power or the money hungry football player could go on Frazier's fucking talk show.
Yeah.
You could put any one of them in the show and they would represent
and he still
it.
gave
dog.
Malik substance and character.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying?
He's got. There's
Well, Malik
a lot
was
of
just
depth
a
to
young
Malik.
Malik
Right.
benefited from the fruits and labor of his mother's hard work. She put him in the best situation, and with his talent, he the number 1 pick. He franchised, nigga. He Mike Vick,
Yep.
and he was young.
Yep.
So a lot of that shit is just gonna happen.
Yep.
The thing is, they don't report on young white male superstar athletes the same way they do the black ones. Like, bro, if you just go look, I can't think of his name right now. It escapes me. But from Miami, nigga come off the bench, basketball player for the Heat. Nice,
Hero.
my nigga Hero. Hero is a hip hop type kid. Like,
sure.
now he's not from the inner city, but he's embodied that spirit.
He
Hero,
can come to the cookout.
Hero
He
be
get an invite.
nigga. Hero be with all the motherfucking shorties at all the thotties. Nigga, he be with all the rappers is at. He wear jewelry, nigga. He got a whole bunch of fast cars. You can argue that, man, really, you was only picked in the second round. I don't know why you did that. You fell in the draft. You should save your money. Like, nigga, he has all that.
Right.
But he don't really come from a background where he's rushing to buy his parents a home to get them in a safe
That's real.
living environment.
That's real.
So his money is spent a little differently. Hey, Peyton Manning didn't have to buy his dad nothing.
Yeah, Archie was rich.
So when you start looking at some of these other kids, like, it's not a knock on them, but this is
Yeah.
just the reality of
Right.
it. So maybe that sometimes could be why it don't. Okay, well, he has a nice car, so what? But we know that's not true because Johnny Manziel, as a college student who has a multi-gazillion-dollar father, every time he bought something nice, they was acting like a booster gave it to him.
Right.
And they knew he could afford it.
Yeah, they knew he came from money. He knew anything.
Like,
I
bought
me
and my girl these Miami Heat tickets because I wanted to watch LeBron and them niggas win this chip.
Yeah. My dad's fucking whoever man's is Johnny Manziel.
They call his dad Mr. Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, shit.
I don't know what your dad's name is or what he do. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, you do.
Fam.
So same as him.
Well, no, I'm just saying in terms of like.
Oh, I was like,
once I heard that,
yeah,
nigga, I don't need to Google him.
No,
I know everything I need to know.
Yeah, if they call you Mr. Silicon Valley, you're a billionaire, nigga.
Nigga, you got fucking money,
stupid money. Like,
and even if you're not a billionaire, you're at that multi-millionaire state where you're a billionaire.
You got multi-hundreds
where you don't matter.
Yeah.
Like nigga, like who's counting?
Right.
Other than niggas that got more money than you.
You got enough. You got money that you can't spend in your lifetime, unless you really fuck off.
Yeah, man, because honestly, that's like 10, 15 million if you smart. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
If you make every generation of yours have $1 million, nigga, that's 15 generations. If they did it right, everybody would be stupid generational wealth.
You might trigger Matt. This nigga Matt about to come in and hey, when you talk about finance, this is one thing I appreciate about my friend Matt, bro. And I'm not gonna get in his personal business, but Matt understands finances. Okay. He understands how this financial sector is set up and how it works. And he's passionate about it.
What does Matt do for a living?
Matt, I'm not being an asshole. I'm not being a jerk. I'm not trying to be short or nothing. That's what I'm telling you when I say my brother Matt overstands finances
Matt,
and the way to interact with this
what
world.
would you say you do for a living, nigga?
One thing, if you had to put a name on it, I know he chefs, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. He cooks. But Matt is you could do a case study on Matt that shows knowledge is the true weaponry in the like battle of like economic struggle. It's knowledge of what's going on. It's knowledge of how this thing of ours works, and then it's the discipline to like use that knowledge and work it. Like Matt, as long as I've known him, has like almost had I wouldn't say a disdain for money, but he doesn't chase money. And although he could get like jobs that on paper and society would be like, oh, that's a good job, he's always like got jobs that he liked, that he was happy with, that he had fun with. And I've never known him to not be able to take care of himself or afford himself nice things. I like to take some credit in his lust and newfound, well, it's not even new at this point, but his sneaker fetish. You know what I'm saying? But he's that guy. Like he does his thing. And that's something I've always looked to that. You know what I mean? I always look at that and kind of admire it. That's out there. You hear these stories all the time. Hey, that guy that's on the internet commercial in between one of the videos you watching on the YouTube that's telling you how to become a millionaire because he's a millionaire and he dropped out of high school or college or something like that, and he don't look that assuming. All of them motherfuckers ain't oil salesmen. A lot of them motherfuckers are telling you the truth. Look, this is what I did. We're not. It's a reason why the masses of us aren't taught finances. You know what I'm saying? People act as if they're gonna like develop with age. Because you're a certain age, you know better. You should do that. And then they forget that you build habit.
Right.
The average American, by the time they're taking care of children, has already built a habit of spending their paycheck when they get it. Because it's like
spending any amount of money.
On one hand, right. On one hand, it's like, well, if you know you got a little, why wouldn't you do this? That sounds good. But then on another hand, when you're in it, it's like, bro, I can't do nothing with this. Sometimes a lot of niggas is fucking off money because it's not enough money to do nothing with. And they haven't been given the tools that like, yeah, with just a little bit and the right know-how, you can live in this unbalanced ecosystem of where you're making a little bit of money, and instead of buying the ancillary things that you like that kind of get you mentally through not having no fucking money and having to give all your time, if you stay in this for about 5 to 8 years, you can get to a place where money is now not an issue.
Right.
If we all were taught that. How the fuck you think they'll be able to charge us hundreds of thousands of dollars for a college education that assures us a job that makes 30? No, nobody would send their kids to their colleges and pay that money, right?
I got a little piece of advice for anybody out there who's young going to school. Don't be a teacher.
Huh?
Unless you're let me rephrase.
You gotta put context to
If you don't care about having a fucking somewhat extravagant life, or a life where you're not living paycheck to paycheck,
well, maybe not be a grade school teacher.
Don't be a teacher.
Maybe not be a grade school teacher. Maybe if you're looking for like the lucrative aspect and still want to be in the educational field, you will want to go professorhood. You will want to work towards being a tenure.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't go to professorhood without doing all this down here shit.
That's not true,
bruh. I'm dating a whole teacher, my nigga. She can't just up into.
I'm not talking about her.
Professorship.
Don't personalize it. I'm not talking about her. She's a grade school teacher. That would make sense for her.
But I'm saying she's not just taught to do grade school. That's the thing.
No, what I'm saying. But look, so there's a lot of professors that aren't teachers. But what you do is like, okay, if you want to be a psychiatrist. See, I'm speaking about educational fields. I'm not talking about necessarily just being a teacher, because they're two totally different things. Like if you're going to be like you could be a social worker. You could be a licensed social worker and literally go contract a teaching contract at the community college or at the state college or something like that, right? And then go that route. If you do that long enough at a certain success rate, maybe write a couple of books or something like that on it as well, they'll tenure you.
Yeah, that's
what I'm speaking about.
I'm talking.
I just wanted to separate it
okay.
because I know what you're saying.
Traditional.
I know that a nigga at HUD can't go be like,
no,
I'm gonna go teach at UNR. I know that.
Yeah, he gonna have to. Yeah. He got to go be a principal, and then he got to go to high school principal. Then he got to go to. There's hella steps to that shit.
Well, yeah, they're not even connected. They're like two totally different things. You would have to leave and go out and do something else, or if you had a teaching credential and you were a teacher, grade school level for some years or whatever, I would recommend this. I would write a book, even if it's just an ebook, and then I would go to like the community college or the state college and see if I can get in on a professor guise of early childhood education.
I still stand on it. Here's why else I stand on it. There's been a fucking teacher pay increase freeze federally for 10 years now.
They do that all the time with teachers. Yeah.
So I get it. We need teachers. Of course we do.
Do we?
To a point, I feel like after middle school,
let's tackle that, because I don't want to shit on Tori's profession. She's a great teacher. She's passionate about it.
I'm not shitting on the teachers.
No, I know.
I'm shitting on the fucking government who doesn't take care of these teachers.
Well, that's just it though. Like, because I hear people say this. Oh, teachers. Oh, screw LeBron. Oh, like he makes $40 million a year. Teachers should be making it.
I don't feel like teachers should get paid millions of dollars a year. I feel like the starting salary for a teacher should be the same starting salary for a police officer. Is that not fair?
I mean, if you're talking about, yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, that sounds fair. But if I'm a police officer, I'm like, show me where teachers are disarming criminals and putting themselves in harm.
Motherfucker, you got to go training through somebody who's technically a fucking teacher to teach you your job. So there's teachers everywhere in life. Nigga, you had to go to school and be taught by a teacher.
But they're cops, though.
I get that. But, nigga, you still needed a teacher at some point in your life to get you to where you could be a police officer.
But I get what you're saying. But even those police officers were once... those police trainers were
cops. I get that, but here's what I'm saying. So
it's like, I'm just saying, I'm only speaking about the hazard.
But I could give a fuck less about the hazard, because a teacher has the same fucking hazard if one of her fucking his students, decides to come and shoot the fucking school up. And that happens all the time, can happen anytime. A lot of these fucking officers
Who's more likely to get shot?
How many officers probably go their whole fucking career and never get shot at?
Less than teachers?
I get it, but that's still, you're not. Why are you devil's advocating me right now?
No, I'm just being commonsensical. I'm not
that's
saying
not commonsensical, because fucking
sensical. It is.
Cops are fucking idiots.
Why do electricians make more money than like the average construction field or something like that? it's the higher like risk. Like you can clip something that'll kill you.
And
It's
nigga, a
dangerous.
construction worker could fall off a building.
Right. But the likelihood of a construction worker falling off the building
But
in
here's
their
what I'm
mind.
saying. Here's
You know
what I'm
what I mean? I
saying.
don't know.
Without teachers, nigga.
Without teachers, what? That's what I want to get to.
How fucked up do you think this shit would be even functioning without teachers?
Dre, I could sit here and tell you unequivocally, I don't think, and I'm only going to be fair by saying I don't think, because I guarantee you if I sat down with a pen and pad and you force me, I can name some shit. Motherfucker, a teacher ain't ever taught me shit. I've never learned anything from one of my teachers.
I'm not saying,
So
nigga, but that ain't the case for everybody.
that isn't, but it's a case for a lot of people. So what I'm saying is when you say that teachers are 100% needed, I'm saying that I don't know about that. I think some of the greatest teachers are being underprivileged, underappreciated, and overlooked, like and underutilized, because they're working in a system that doesn't even allow them to properly educate
Nigga,
in the first place.
That's talking about every teacher, nigga.
What do you mean?
Every teacher is
I-
fucking underappreciated. No teacher who
Where
ain't
did you
been in the game.
misunderstand what I said? That's what I just said.
Nigga, you got to be in the teacher
Calm
game.
down.
You got to.
You ain't even listening, nigga. That's what I just said.
You got to be in the teacher game 20 years. Let's talk about Vegas, for instance. To make 60,000 here in Vegas, you got to have a master's degree.
Of course.
And like 10 years in the district to make a livable wage.
You know how much 60,000 is for a teacher?
That should be standard. 60,000 ain't even
What's
enough.
the average pay for a teacher though before? Because when I was coming out of high school, that shit was like 24 to 28,000 a year.
It's only went up double that because of inflation. Because of at one point they had to give them a federal raise. There was I forgot what presidency was that they gave them a federal raise. Of course it was. I'm not saying it as a dick. Of course it was. Motherfucker. Whoa, we need Obama back. Anyway.
Now we're creeping to the real problem. Now we're creeping to the real problem.
But
Joe Biden's wife is a teacher.
And dog.
Why isn't he doing more for teachers?
Bruh, and Tori with all her heart swore.
Now,
And I prepared her. I prepped her. I was like,
in
this
fairness
though-
to Tory, this is
You
what I be telling.
common
Nigga, he's
sense
been
you
in
would think.
president for 2 years,
Right.
give or take.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah, he could.
And there's other things that are a little more important, like
But hold on,
COVID
too, but
and
hold
all
on.
that type of shit he got going on, right?
I don't have student debt no more.
Right,
And that's because of Biden. And that's because of his wife.
right.
Like, so his wife is doing shit.
No, they are. Look, things are happening. I'm not about to sit here and
No,
and
shit has
defend.
happened for me.
I'm
under
not defending.
I can defend Biden off
I'm not
one,
defending neither
I'ma
one of
have
these motherfuckers.
One
Like, I'm just
Biden
saying.
defense right now that has done something for me. I have no student debt, and I did before he became president. I had about $15,000 in student debt. I have none. So that's one thing he did that I can say he did.
Possibly, because like I said, if that school
who
lost
put
its
it in?
charter,
Right.
then naturally they can't
no.
collect that.
Full Sail hasn't lost his charter.
But individually, not the whole collective. So like,
No. Full Sail's only one university. It's a music school in Florida.
yeah, no, but don't they have online? And I thought they had like certain little like branches
They have
somewhere else.
one.
Okay, never
they
mind.
have one
I'm thinking,
physical
okay,
school
never mind that.
in,
No, they're in like Orlando or something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
and then
never
they
mind.
have online, which
I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. So,
But it's
no, they're still credited in every. Because I went and looked because I thought that's what it was. No,
right,
they're
no,
still
I remember
fully
we talked
credited.
about it.
In
No, that's what's
everything.
up then. And that's just what it is, bro. Like
So I'm a personal person who has seen a Biden thing happen that he said was gonna happen. I've personally seen it. It's off my motherfucking credit report.
Yeah, bro. I don't even. I want to get back on teachers because I don't want to make this about like I get it. Like all these presidents say a lot of shit, but then it's not like as if they're the only ones that are making the decisions. Like you know what I'm saying, we got a Congress, we got other motherfuckers. Like it's a lot of shit going on. It's tricky, right? I'm sure a lot of them do mean what they say.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'm sure when they write their agenda down, they
would
probably
love
really be
to
thinking
have
like,
all
"Oh, nigga,
that
I'm gonna be
shit.
the first president to do this. Nigga, I'm gonna get this
the same
done."
way when niggas write dope ass rhymes and shit.
All type of shit.
That line is nigga.
I'm gonna do,
I'm about to
whatever.
spit
Like
that.
anytime you make a plan before you realize the world got some other plans, nigga.
Right.
Like, nah, nigga. You nigga, nah.
You like, oh, I'm gonna hit them with the. Ooh,
It's just
with the. Okay, they gonna love that.
It's just anything. It's like, bro, we're gonna start this podcast, and then you look up and realize, damn, nigga, almost 1 million podcasts are started every day. Like, it's just there's competition. I had an OG tell me once, little nigga, it's competition in being a bum.
That's real. That's real.
He told me, he said they said you was too competitive.
The fuck does that mean?
He looked at me. He was
Ain't
like,
no such thing.
He just looked at me. It was like,
that's the dumbest shit
little
ever.
nigga, that's burnt out. He's like, nigga,
but that's the
little
nigga,
it's competition and being a bum out here.
But that's the same motherfucker who think we should have participation trophies. So
that's why I don't believe. That's why I don't believe. I no longer believe in the word humble. The word humble.
Let my kid, and I don't give a fuck how any parent looks at me. I'm just like James Harrison in NFL. I'm breaking any participation trophy my kid gets. If it's not something that they earn,
if
for
it's not
first
scholastic, he can't have it.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about sports related.
Oh yeah,
where they give the leagues where they give everybody a trophy.
It depends.
I'm breaking that shit.
It depends. Now, nigga, this is why I say it depends, because there are participation trophies and trinkets you get for being at camps and certain things, but it could be. But it could be perceived as because you didn't win first place at the camp. Woo, woo. But if you look around the camp, nigga, all 560 of these kids is nice. So there's certain there's a trinket that you would get about, to commemorate you being amongst these 500 kids.
I'm not even talking about camps. I'm talking about little kid leagues, like the little basketball leagues that you would get that are school related and shit. Some of these school leagues and school districts are giving out participation trophies
to
the losers and shit.
Right.
You're not going to teach my kid to be a great loser. You're not.
Well, no, that's just it though. See, my argument against that with parents is I'm like, bro, it comes from the house anyway.
Right.
Like it comes from the house anyway.
Teach
like
my kid,
there's nothing to me. I get that, man. I had a room full of trophies. But I get that. But my whole thing is I be hearing some of my old teammates and friends be like, oh, they got participation trophies and this and this and this. And they be like, oh, that's making these kids soft and woo, woo, woo.
Bro. Where's the spirit of competition?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. What's making these kids soft is the lack of parent participation. Motherfuckers giving their goddamn kid a cell phone or a tablet and letting them chill over there in the corner while they do what they do. Because when we were growing up, we didn't have that, so we was asking a whole bunch of questions. We was coming in the kitchen when we weren't supposed to, nigga, and mom was like, it was coming in the house to get a water every 5 minutes, and she was like, go outside and play. You were forced to interact differently, and I think that makes kids tougher. That makes kids a little bit more self-aware.
I wish I could still send my kids outside like that.
Right.
You just can't no more.
Well, like right now, you send a little man outside. Where the fuck is he going? To the rocks?
Right.
They don't even make residential areas for kids to be outside. You ever seen a neighborhood park? Nigga, McCoy damn near outgrew too old for these shits.
We got a good little one over here. The park that's right here with we got a dope ass basketball court.
Okay, that's cool.
It's new.
That's cool. See, it's new.
So
but if you look at just traditional shit, when the last time they upgrade the parks? Look, man.
I think kids need you know what? You know why kids are soft? Because they don't have to ride down them hot-ass metal slides we used to. Hold on to them hot-ass jungle monkey bars we used to. Niggas
I remember spending, especially when I had moved to Vegas. Look, especially in Vegas as a kid, I remember niggas spending half the day looking for. I remember niggas spending half the day looking for shade. We just looking for a place that we ain't gonna burn the fuck up out here, nigga. Like, yo, we gonna chill over there. Miss So-and-so got her hose out, nigga. We gonna get some water.
Yeah. Bruh.
This is what we doing, nigga. Like, these kids don't have
that.
They
need to bring back them old nigga. We had the struggles fucking. If you think about it, we had the most dangerous jungle gyms and shit. It was all sharp metal and just metal bolts and all types of shit. You remember the spider jungle gym and the bolts that just hung out on the bottom of the fucking
nigga?
The hexagon.
What's that little one? What's that little spinny shit, nigga?
Oh yeah, nigga,
that shit is a death trap. Like dead ass, I wouldn't even let McCoy get on that.
You can't, bro.
Like, bro, what the fuck?
Because we were different. We were built different, bro.
Our bones was different.
We was built different, dog. Because we would spin that bitch to try and throw niggas off, nigga.
Every kid born today got asthma.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Nigga, when we was kids, remember the asthma pump? It was like one kid, nigga.
Yep.
Maybe 3 out of the whole little playground, nigga. That had, and we all took care of him. Like, hey, nigga, you got your pump?
Yeah, you good?
Like, you cool?
Yeah.
Because we were scared of that shit. Like, he going to have an asthma attack. Like, I still don't know what an asthma attack is. I thought niggas was going to kill over and die from an asthma attack growing up.
No, they do.
I apologize.
Those shits are serious, bro. Not all of them.
Right.
But I had a homeboy. His name was AJ. We have the same birthday and everything, bro. He died from an asthma attack, bro. At work.
Didn't get to his pump in time?
It was so severe and it couldn't, without medical attention, nothing was going to clear his airway,
that's
and they couldn't
devastating.
get a medical attention.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, what are they doing?
Because the asthma attack is basically...
And we can't act like we're woke enough to understand that, like, our government is systematically killing us.
Right.
And then blame them, nigga. Like,
asthma attack is basically hyperventilating. It's somebody, they're doing this.
No, I get it, yeah.
And they can't catch their breath, nigga, so eventually they suffocate.
That's a horrible way.
Think about it. Yeah, you're gasping and you can't
That's a horrible
catch
way,
one.
bro. Yeah, nigga. That's sad, bro. Rest in peace to him, man.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
AJ, bro. Like, we worked together hella time. Same birthday, bro. September 15th, dog. I remember just one day. It was just one of them things. I'm on Facebook. R.I.P. AJ.
That's how it happened.
What? Then I go look.
That's how it happened.
Then I asked the homeboy who worked with him. He's like, bro, he had an asthma attack right here on the job, bro, and he died. Like, I was like, what, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you're right. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, it's.
Hey, but let me get on this, bro.
I ain't done.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I ain't done. We
get shit off. Get shit off. No, get shit off, dog. Go ahead. I ain't rushing you.
Because you remember we had the conversation about the gray area that we're living in earlier. Right? Remember? The gray area that black and white people live in with each other. We don't know how to really. And so part of that stereotype is it does ring a little bit true, because we're at a point where
I'm not following you.
Everybody's standoffish with each other, right? Remember I told you I was sitting at Tori's job.
Oh, yeah. See, they don't know that backstory. Nigga, tell the story.
Right.
You got to tell the story to get that some context. I know niggas listen like, what?
I'm sitting at Tori's job today, right? And mind you, I'm already kind of in my niggas' racist bag a little bit, because I just got fucking my ban off of Facebook over getting into some fucking racist debate with somebody.
Because you don't know how to act, my nigga.
Fuck you. Stop taking their side.
I'm not, bro.
Yes, you are. You're supposed to be my mans, bro. Pause.
Being your mans ain't got nothing to do with me telling you, nigga, not the truth or not. Like, nigga, if you write that tonight, the day they clear you, you getting suspended again.
So, well, no, because they must have felt what I said, because it went from a 30-day to a 2-day. So they felt my appeal. They felt my appeal. Okay,
you got a little wiggle
they
room
felt
with the
my
appeal. A little young Johnny Cochran over there, little Drake Cochran over there.
They
nigga.
felt my appeal, because I guess they understood, like, y'all let a lot of shit slide, and y'all need to learn what you're picking and choosing. Because I didn't physically threaten this man. I just said somebody should slap this dude because he was being hella ignorant. But let's get back to what we're talking about. So I just caught the ban for that shit, so I'm already fucking irritated, because already some racist shit's already going through my mind. I'm sitting at her job, and one of her coworkers, white lady, blonde hair white lady, pulls up to me and rolls her window down. Like, pulls window to window with me, rolls her window down. And I'm instantly already looking like, is this my Karen moment? Like, I'm really finna have to deal with this shit, and I'm already like on edge about what I'm like dealing with right now with this Facebook shit. And I roll the window down, and I'm sure I could probably feel my facial expression looking at her, but I'm sure I hit her with the, like, what? Like, she's like, are you Dre? And so that caught me off guard. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I work with Tori. She, we just talks about you all the time. Whoopty whoop. I was like, oh, okay. Nice to meet you. Everything. And then I kind of felt bad until I had a conversation with you that I reacted this way. Until you explained it to me, like, that's just Like that's where we living at now. Like
right, fam. Like
that's where we're living at now.
and you know, that bothers me. Like it triggered me when I was on the phone with you. Like, bro, this shit. Because especially if you're gonna be, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. If you're a black person that dates outside of your race at any time, or fuck it, let's not even do that because I've had this happen while dating a black girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the idea that like you're gonna come check me or like look out, like let me go look me over one time. Like motherfucker, who you think dropped her off here at work? Who you think she lived with, nigga? Like mind your goddamn business, nigga. Her mama know me. Her daddy know me. And you gonna come check me? And it's under that guise. It's the same. Look, bro. It kind of is a Karen moment.
Right?
You just handled it in a way that you chose not to be offended.
By the Karen, okay.
Flash.
Right.
But it is a Karen moment because it's just like, on one hand, how it could be simple, like, oh, she hears about you a lot, so she gonna come run down on you in a parking lot as a stranger? It's just like, bro, like, you just couldn't. The idea that you couldn't see me and be like, oh, I wonder if that's Dre, the guy that Tori dates, my coworker, and get in your fucking car and leave. Like, what the fuck? I don't get that. To me, that was weird, bro. Like, and I've had it happen to me a lot of times where it's just like,
Because mind you, it's like this. I'm like, at one point, okay, so say, I'm going to give you the breakdown. And you guys can't see this, but my front door is about, what did you call that, about 10 yards?
10, 15 yards.
All right, it's about between 10 and 15 yards from her sin. That's where the door of her school is at, right? Say I'm in my car, driver's seat, I'm facing this way. The car she's in is parked behind me over here somewhere, right? So at one point from when you saw the door to get to your car, did you get in your car and you drove up? Like I want to know at one point where you're like, I'm gonna go say hi.
I want to know at one point, did you think
it was okay
about my comfort, about my space? You understand?
I'm glad you helped me not feel crazy. Like I'm glad because I started to feel like I was like
I'm doing some like.
I started to feel like I was on some shit.
What
like
if you was what if you was booking a gig? You booking a gig. You're on the phone with a potential client. She come knocking on the goddamn window. Hey, Tori talks about you at work. I know who you are. What are you, a stalker or something? Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck away from the door. That's not polite, nigga. That's weird and rude, in my opinion. And I ain't letting nobody make me feel like I'm tripping or something like that.
Wherever she was parked over here, came out and stopped right next to me.
What is it like?
And assume like
I want to see him
like
for
you
myself.
like you said, she probably seen pictures. And I guess like
that's definitely how she knew what you look like.
Because I wear glasses and shit in my beard. I'm probably not very hella inconspicuous. If you probably seen my face, you would know if you saw me again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get it, but I don't get it. Because I would never do that. Like you said. Like,
well, no, let's reverse it.
I would never, if the homeboy showed me hella pictures of his girlfriend.
That's not reversing it.
Oh.
You still being nice. Let's reverse it. You and Tori talk about her when she get off work. Oh, my coworker. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, she drives a yellow
whatever it is.
Fucking Mustang, right? Well, that's dope. Yeah, that's crazy. She has like this orange color, like dyed hair. Like, yeah, you can't miss her. Like, and this and this. And then so hold on. No, I'm just saying. So then you see her, and then it just would be like, are you know, maybe even Tori, in this case, maybe since she didn't have a picture, you picking her up one day, and she pointing her out. Like, oh, that's my coworker right there. Now, Tori's nowhere to be fucking found. She ain't nowhere in sight.
She's still coming out of her classroom or something.
She ain't,
right.
Don't matter where she is. She ain't around.
Yeah.
You pull up on Shorty while she's in her car, about to leave. You pull up on her, go to her window. Dog, she might call the fucking police on you before you even. Why would she roll that window down? If that's my mom, my sister, my woman, I'm gonna be like, don't roll the window down, drive the fuck off.
Right.
What are we doing? In a world where motherfuckers claim like it's about respecting boundaries and, you know, and like making everyone feel comfortable, where the fuck is my comfort? Why would you do that? And yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just another microaggression that you got to manage. Like, bro, like, I'm sitting here to pick up my woman. What are you coming, nigga, to like verify, nigga? Like, you want to come look me down? Like, you want to have something to talk to her about tomorrow? Like, oh, I seen Dre. Like,
I met Dre yesterday.
But no, you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
You ambushed me in my car, nigga, and told me you work with my girl, nigga, and had an awkward moment and walked off. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Ambushed me in my car.
Like, fam, I come from a school of like, if you in the car, nigga, I'll see you next time. Oh, he already in the whip.
Right, like catch me when I'm.
Fam, I don't even run down on females that I'm trying to holler at once they get in the car.
Once they get to a certain distance.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
but
done.
It's like, bro, she in the car already, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
If you're 5 feet ahead of me, I'm probably done at the pursuit. Like, I now got to catch up too much ground, and I got to run or jog or power walk.
The story
to
changed from I pulled a bad one, or
I seen
a bad joint.
She got away from me. She was too far away.
Nigga, I probably don't even tell that part.
Right.
I seen a bad joint at the mall today.
Or if you would tell the rest of the part, if your nigga be like, bro, why you ain't get at her?
Then you
be like, bro, because nigga, she got into the car too quick.
Man,
I couldn't get
to her. She was walking like a marathon, nigga. I am.
Yeah.
She fast, nigga. Like,
because if you told your friend, like,
she athletic, nigga.
nigga, I went, you had to go knock on her window and shit, they gonna be like,
I'm not doing none of that.
Why did you knocked on her? What?
Bro.
Look, I'm like, nigga, you could have got.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at it from that aspect. Look, this is the thing. This is why I said what I said.
Mama Rose, if you still watching, how you feel?
No, she'll chime in.
How you feel about this?
Because think about what I'm about to say. Like, hear me out. We're not the only ones that know the climate of this country.
We're definitely not.
We're not the only ones that know that black males are more likely to be accused and falsely imprisonated of crimes they didn't commit. Like twice as likely to go to jail for the same crimes that non-black males commit. Right. These are all statistics that non-black entities have produced, and everyone knows this shit, right? There's books about driving while black.
Oh yeah.
There's all type of shit, right? There's all this type of. We see the climate, nigga, of how cops and interactions happen with the wrong type person, and it gets misconstrued, and the cops are coming and. Why you don't think none of that matters? See, because as a man, take race out of it. Just as a man, I'm supposed to always make sure that I make women feel comfortable.
Right.
That means that if your clumsy, slow ass with your heels on and your feet hurt and you walking in the middle of the fucking sidewalk, nigga, slow, I either got to speed past you or give you a safe distance.
Yeah,
I gotta slow down now, so
Right.
I'm not just on your fucking heels because you can't fucking walk, nigga, and you drunk and you got your purse.
Because don't let me. Because
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Right. Don't let me be on your heels.
Because that can lead to me being falsely imprisoned or killed by the police.
Right.
None of that goes through your mind. I don't get none of that consideration.
Don't.
You just gonna pull up on me, huh?
Like we knew each other.
I just don't get it.
Like
why?
It pulled up on me like it was you.
What was the importance of it though? Like, what were you going to accomplish in this moment? Was I going to get out the car and hug you? It was like, oh, I heard about you too. You got to come over for dinner. What did you expect? I don't know you. You talk to my wifey while y'all at your thing. Y'all work together.
And I told Tori about it, and then Tori was like, well, she was trying to get me to come over her house, like, later to help her pack to go out of town. I guess she's been trying to get her to house sit her house this weekend and shit, which ain't going to happen. My daughter's coming, so.
Well, my thing is this.
Like... So were you going to try and ask me if my girlfriend can come help you pack, but you decided not to after you approached me? Like,
yeah, because the way you responded, she was just like, oh, I did do some weird shit. I did just approach this man in his car, and nigga like, roll the window down, nigga, what's up, man? You Dre, huh? That's some wild shit to me. Bro, okay, let's take it out of women and men. Let's say you just in the car and some nigga
pull up.
Come on,
right,
bro.
like, nigga, who the fuck is you, bro?
Another man walks up to you with that same energy, bro, you're going to be reaching for the gleeky.
Right.
Like, bro, this motherfucker about to get shot, man. What is he asking? You know my government and all that. And you can't be like, oh, I know you. I work with your girl. Like, nigga.
Fuck, what?
What? Why are you?
Now you are, nigga, now.
My thing is, it's just weird. It's socially awkward at the least, bro, because it's like, why you just can't wait to meet this nigga normally? That's crazy to me, dog.
And, like, what if she would have asked the question? How do I respond to that?
No, that would have been. Then Tori would have had to check her on some woman shit.
Yeah, like.
Nigga, you don't go ask my man for shit. I ask him. That's weird to me, bro. That shit fucked me up when you told me that just earlier. Nigga, I remember you. I was like, bro, when you called me, I was like, wait.
Bro, I didn't.
Because I remember I started over talking you. I was like, wait. Nigga, she did what to you?
I didn't know how
like,
to feel,
nigga,
bro.
She did what to
like,
you?
you had to help me realize how I needed to feel about that, bro. Because I was so caught off fucking guard.
Nah, I feel you.
Like,
because you was in it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you was telling me, I kept waiting for more info. So when you was just like, yeah, man, then she just came and asked me. And then it wasn't enough. So like when she walked, I'm like, wait.
That's it?
That was it? Oh, hell no, nigga. That shit had a slant to it, fam. Like that wasn't a natural, like normal, I'm going to just say hi. Just because, look, okay. Let's say I am. Because, look, I am a confrontational person. Dare I say I'm a native New Yorker. My mom's a native New Yorker. Like, we speak to, like, I grew up around her. That's how we do, right? So I start conversations with strangers all the time, but there's a way to do it, fam. I don't walk up to people's cars while they in them, nigga, and they say, and they private. But look, this is another thing. Like, has she walked up to the car and was like, hey, how you doing? I'm Mrs. So-and-so. I'm so-and-so. I work with Tori. We talk about you all the time. I recognized you because I seen you from a picture I seen. I just wanted to say hi and introduce myself. Nigga, that whole shit is normal. It's cool.
Yes.
It's that was nice of her.
Because I'm gonna have you might get a conversation from me now.
You gonna get a conversation. I know you.
How are you doing? Okay.
I know you, bro. And you at your girl's job. You gonna hop out. You might hop out on her. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all might be talking about time Tori walk up. Now, we'll go get dinner sometime. That's a normal adult interaction, a professional one.
But
not
to pull up, say, hi, are you Dre?
Nigga, she pressed you like a street nigga. Like, she pulled up.
What if I wasn't Dre?
I know.
What if it just looked like a nigga? Because there's niggas who look like me. I've seen them.
I'm just saying,
like,
fam.
What if it wasn't Dre?
That's another one. What if you weren't Dre? Like, nigga.
How would she feel?
She was wild.
I should have played her.
She was wild.
I should have played her and be like,
no. Like,
my name is Phil. Like,
and honestly, fam, anywhere else, a lot of people be on that. Like,
What
nigga,
did
you just greeting me
like
with my
that.
name and
Right.
you're a stranger. Like, nigga, nah, I ain't Akeem.
My government.
Akeem who?
Dre.
I don't know him.
Nigga, that's only one off from
Bitch,
my
you might
actual name.
Hey, man, hold on. And I ain't trying to jump into the business, nigga, but like, you might be trying to serve a nigga or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what's going on.
Right.
Man, that's wild. But to me, it comes to like respecting privacy and space.
I mean, so left off guard, my nigga.
Dog, respecting privacy and space. And some people don't have it for all people. Some people think that it's a class thing.
I can already tell she's one of those people that stand too close to you when they talk.
Hey, fam, you know what's funny?
You know what else I can tell?
You just made me think of a couple of teachers.
Hold on. Do you know what else I can tell?
Used to freak me out.
She is I voted for Obama.
Damn.
I can tell that might be one of our conversations.
That's kind of some of that energy that she was giving off when she had to come. She's like, oh, Dre, I know you. I talked to your girl. Like,
because I swear to God, I promise you.
I'm cool.
I promise you, no, if we start to kick it, like if she starts like hanging out with Tori and shit, bro, I guarantee we gonna have them over. She gonna, I voted for Obama, and I'm gonna have to do the black thing. And look, don't do that with me.
Hey,
the way you show me that
how you doing. But I didn't vote for that nigga.
For that nigger.
Yeah, fuck her up. Next person hit me with I voted for Obama. I'm gonna be like, I didn't vote for that nigga. I'm in with the Clarence Bigsby nigga. Like, they gonna be like, what? Like, yeah, man, I don't like his kind.
But like, she just gives off that energy. She gonna be like, I voted for Obama, and I'm really gonna have to do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm really gonna check her. Like, if you want me to know you're not a racist, do not explain to me how you're not a racist, because that is the most racist shit you can do.
No, you know what it is? It's like when I lie on you and be like, oh, remember that time we had that orgy with that midget, and then you start denying it, and the people around you, nigga, you look guilty. I just walk off. I did my dirt. Nigga, now you stuck denying an obvious lie. But, nigga, the more you deny a lie,
the more
you look guilty as shit. And then so you just kind of got to walk off with the no on the night. Hey, some people going to believe it, some people not. And it sucks because it's that easy to put something on a man. Right? It's that easy to put something on a nigga, bro.
And like, okay, and it's like, there's a double-edged sword with this bitch too. Because what if I was hella friendly and shit? She's like, oh, your dude was flirting with me when I went and talked to him and introduced myself.
Should have been talking to him.
Like, I'm just like, now the more that we talk about it, the more I'm bothered.
Bro, that's just weird.
It's the more I'm bothered.
I ain't gonna lie, that was some weird shit, man. She pulled up on, she pressed you, bro. The way because I was on the phone with you right afterwards, and the way you told me, like, I'm like, dog, the way you described that, she was in a big body, nigga. Pulled up on you, like, nigga, you Dre? Like, why she had that energy for you? Like, nigga, what if you was Dre, nigga? Like, what was she trying to figure out is what I'm trying to say. Like, what was her goal and all that? Like, okay, you pulled up on me. I am Dre. I am him. Right? Like, he is I am him.
I should be Dre.
And then she was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know Tori. And dipped off. What you trying to say? You on my girl?
Like,
you pressing my girl or something, nigga? What you my competition, nigga? What are you, nigga? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, bro. The more we talk about it, the more I am bothered, nigga.
That shit is funny, man.
You violated me.
No, that shit was funny, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was on the phone like, wait, what? Nigga,
yeah, because at first I'm like, why is he so caught off guard by this? And the more we talked about, I was like, oh, bitch, I'm bothered now, bitch.
Yeah, because you was more annoyed. You was like, yeah, bro, Tori's fucking. And I was like, wait, what? What happened?
I was annoyed because I was annoyed with the privilege of it. I was annoyed with did you pull up on me?
Right. Like, I can't have my privacy with the window rolled up in my car, nigga.
The window's rolled up.
That mean I ain't talking right now to nobody.
Matter of fact, I had to turn my music down.
I know you did. I can imagine.
Like, I'm over here in my own world, son in the car. We just I'm on the phone listening to like.
First off, I know when you drive, nigga. First off, when you going to pick up your shorty from work, the only person you want to talk to from that whole building is your shorty. Like, if you ain't coming to tell me an emergency happened, or she ain't gonna be leaving, nigga, like, come back or something, like.
Because, like I said, at first I thought it was some white female coming to ask me why am I sitting
right
here.
Yeah, like, and that's crazy that society makes you have your guard up, and then when it's not that, you got to be the bad guy.
I gotta feel like a weirdo.
I'm the one that's got a shoulder,
Chip
like
on
I
my
got,
shoulder
like
shit,
nah,
like.
man. Y'all niggas be trying to play niggas. I'm tired of being nice to motherfucking older non-black women, nigga, and they shitting on me, nigga, like, or making me feel like a criminal. But that shit be fucked up. Like, damn, I just opened the door. Man, I opened the door for this older, like, Oriental woman, like, earlier tonight, nigga. Nigga, she must have, you remember the shoulder press, nigga?
Yeah.
She must have hit me with her shoulder and looked back at me like I was in her way. When I opened the door, nigga, and was getting out of her way to open the door for her. And the only thing that sucks is you can't pull her ass back and slam the door in her face, nigga. So it's just like, man, whatever, all right. And now I got to be the dick to be like, I ain't holding the door for another woman again.
Right,
like
you got to make me an
ass. You can't win, nigga. Like, you just got to let the shit go, man. It shit suck. Like, bro, what we doing, nigga? Hey, the fucked up thing is, her son looked at me and was just like, my bad. Nigga, like,
yeah.
my mom or grandma, whoever the fuck she is a dick. Like, I'm sorry. I just like, man, come on.
And you know he said something as soon as they got back. Like, what
are you
the fuck
doing?
is wrong with you?
And my thing is, hey, if you have an issue with my kind, accept the gesture, nigga. I'll just open the door for you, nigga.
Yeah.
Just say thank you and move it. But or just walk through like a normal person. You don't even gotta say thank you.
Hey,
I didn't do it for you to say thank you.
We actually we go land and get into the show.
Go do your thing.
But I want to say something, and I implore you to jump on our comments and answer my question. For all you racist white people out there, for all you any racist against black people, African Americans, FBAs, why don't you like us? And don't use
And they say
none
get in
of
the comments.
the fucking.
Ain't nobody getting in these comments.
Anyway, don't use none of the stereotypes that you've heard. I want to know why you personally don't like my kind. Like, I open up that dialogue to anybody who might watch this shit, anything like that. If this pops off months later, I still
racist. Yeah, no, I feel that.
Open to the dialogue. I want to know what your problem is. Your problem is not what you heard, not what your father and them told you. What's your personal issue? What did you go through with my race to make you hate me? To make you be racist against me? I bet you can't do it. And if you can't do it, I then implore you to really look inward at why you're a racist.
I bet there's people that would think that they have a valid reason to be racist. Now, if they have the courage to say it, right? But I've heard people say racist things about Hispanic people, in particular Mexicans, and I've asked them, like, bro, what the fuck you got? What's the issue with Mexican people? And you know what the answer was? Man, I fucking hate Mexican food. Like when I was like young, my mom used to always make me eat that shit.
So that you got lots.
No, so think about
it.
No, this is where it comes from.
It's just so.
It'd be little shit like my dad said he got laid off from his job
because Mexicans
that caused us to lose our house because the black person got the job and he only got it because of affirmative action, right? And so because of that, he wasn't as talented as my dad.
Right.
And so even though my dad's better and hardworking, he got shut out and now we had to move and my life's been shit. I fucking hate niggas.
Not knowing
like,
that.
It's something, it don't have to be.
And the crazy thing is not knowing that your dad probably fucked off his job somehow.
Well, most adults don't tell their children their failures.
Right.
That's why they create the critical race theory bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, why would we want to keep telling our kids and ancestors, our younger generations, what we did to their beloved countrymen at this point? Because whether you like it, whether you know the history of this country at all, nigga, we all countrymen at this point. Ain't nobody going nowhere.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's going to really stand for a mass deportation of anybody. Like, I'm not with that shit. Nigga, if you're here, you're here. Now, I might be with shutting them motherfucking borders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might be with that. And I used to didn't be with that. But the more I look at certain things and the older I get.
There was this white professor, right? And he broke it down to why America and their humanitarian efforts make the world a worse place.
Because of that.
What he was saying is, we'll always take your best, your brightest. We want that. We want all the people coming over here for the success story. Most of them come here, get their bread, and they'll stay here. They don't take the education and the knowledge and everything that they learned here back to where some of these people come from little ass villages and shit, and they just get the opportunity to come here to go to school or something.
They stay.
What he said is we need to send our best and our brightest there. Teach all their people their best and their brightest.
Bring the opportunities to them.
Yes.
Versus over flooding what we've all created here. And
it's saying all we do is over flood where we're at and take away from our resources.
But the problem I would have with him, if he was in my face and I could speak to him, he's brilliant. That's why I know he knows the problem with that. But I have problem with intellectuals and the scholarly types that don't want to You try to articulate these issues while circumventing the main issue, white supremacy. See, people were tripping when I said that about Ukraine, like, oh, this is white supremacy, because they don't see no black people getting killed or ran down on, or no Hispanics or no Asian people. Like, how can it be white supremacy? Because
you see the black people being trapped at the fucking border and shit.
No, but that's just a part of it. We see that happens. Okay, it's look, it's the white supremacists in the modern world. Don't give a fuck. Don't tell me about 1300, 1400. I don't want to hear about all that shit. We supposedly evolved since then. It's the white supremacist regime in 2022 that feels like you're weak and we're taking it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I can decide your ideology.
Yep.
My way, our way, is better for you and your lineage. See, what happens is all this shit is cool when it's only happening to brown and black people, right? We'll say that it's not fair and donate to some causes and talk about it in our circles, but it's nothing we really can do.
Yep.
But when it's happening to a white nation like Ukraine, it gives remnants of the Holocaust.
Yep.
See, Hitler didn't just only have disdain for Negroes. He had a disdain for anybody that he didn't fear was a pure enough white person. So that means Jews fell in that category, right? What is Putin doing? And you can't tell me that if Putin looked like either one of us, he wouldn't be dead already. We'd be celebrating.
Or let's be real too. Let's say, what if Putin was invading fucking Haiti right now?
We
wouldn't give a fuck.
I mean, we would, but nobody else would.
These people over here, I'm talking about the we. The people on here talking about we need to protect Ukraine and do this for Ukraine, do that for Ukraine. They wouldn't be talking that. But
let's have a real conversation about that, because we like to act like the words of our enslavers mean something.
Right.
Bro, we still in a tribalistic ass world. Mm-hmm. We're still in a world where a lot of white people, they do feel bad for Ukraine. Some of them have relatives from Ukraine.
Yep.
Some of them have Ukrainian ancestry.
Yep.
They're all European descendants. And even the Americans are, white Americans. But then a lot of white people in America, a good percentage of them, are actually immigrants from Europe.
Right.
So they know those streets. They know those people. There's a connection there. We're foolish to think that there's not.
Right.
There's no connection to Black America to Ukraine.
Not at all.
Like, if any Black American is doing anything for Ukraine, it's just literally out of a sense of like, man, that's fucked up and I want to help. There's no connection there, like lineage wise, and shit. A Black American wouldn't be necessarily welcomed in fucking Ukraine. Right. Black America knows that, even if white America doesn't. We know that.
Yep.
It's not a lot of Black Americans over there struggling on their way to get out. The only ones that's over there is the ones that was making hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, to play basketball. Almost sneezed and couldn't sneeze. Yeah, but it's that type of time for it. But like, when you discuss these things, it's important for me to say, man, like, I still, pray for safety of the children, of the civilians, and the people that are literally just trying to make it in their world like we are. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not naive, because it's important for me as a Black person on this earth to always be vigilant of white supremacy and white supremacist safe havens. And Ukraine is one of them. Mm-hmm. There's a strong Nazi fraction in Ukraine. Putin's not necessarily lying when he says that.
Right.
Now, do I agree with anything that Putin? I don't know. I don't trust that. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I don't agree with any man sending armies of men into territory where people live and trying to claim it for their own. That's how America became a so-called majority white country. I know, we know our history over here.
Became the land of the free and the home of the slave. Man.
Right. How did Brother Malcolm say? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. So, trust me, America, Black Americans, even though we live in this new millennium, we understand that. That's not something that's so shocking for us. My thing is, what are we going to do about it? And what are we going to do about it across the board so it doesn't happen again? If I'm another white supremacist regime harboring resentment for a different race of people or a nearing neighbor that I feel is weak, I'm not being deterred by watching the world deal with Putin. I might be a little bit more motivated. Like, oh shit, if I do it a little bit more efficient and hit them a little quicker, I might be. They ain't gonna intervene, and that's why I posed a question off camera earlier. Like, has America ever went to war with a white nation?
Yeah, Germany.
Outside of the World War?
No.
Because those are just we teaming up, we picking sides for supremacy. Like, I'm asking.
They only will fight another white supremacist country when they are forced to by NATO and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't even terrorist type, like even dictators that are white. Like, America don't go in there and try to liberate those white people from that dictator.
No.
Because it's almost like Wink, wink. We don't tell y'all how to treat y'all people. Y'all don't tell us how to treat ours.
Yep.
And that's why no nation has ever stood up to America for its mistreatment of black people. Which is why I find it ironic when I hear like people with European accents in the streets saying that Americans need to do something.
I gotta say this and cut you
I don't
off
get it.
because it's big shit. You heard about the Emmett Till law today?
No, we'll get into it. I ain't heard about it at all.
Nigga, there's now an Emmett Till anti-lynching law, nigga.
Oh yeah, no,
Fucking hate crime.
234 years in the making.
It's now a fucking hate crime, finally.
234 years in the making. Black people finally got protected by federal protection for hate crimes.
Jesus Christ.
Man. Yeah, man.
Fucking John Lewis finally can somewhat rest fucking easy.
Man. Mammy Till, Emmett Till,
Right.
Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You could just name all the brothers that and sisters that sacrificed and worked on this and demanded this.
They got Medgar Evers in his fucking driveway, didn't they?
Yeah, in front of his wife and kids. His mother was my mom. His wife was my mom's mentor. It's been a long time coming, bro, and yeah, shout out to it. Shout out to it. Now needs to be enforced rigorously, and that's gonna help when dealing with some of these racist cops that are brought up to justice, and and it's said that they broke the law because now you have a hate crime statute.
You know what I think
to go with
do it?
Aubrey.
Yep. The fact that they convicted all three of them for a federal
Ahmaud
hate crime
Arbery's
made
mother
them do it.
is a true soldier. And what she did that a lot of black families don't do is she stayed the course. She fought through her emotions. And she showed up every day in court. She put pressure on them. When she got the conviction, she didn't stop there. So when the feds tried to do their trickery and go in there and give them a little white supremacist love, she was right back in court on their ass like, nope, they're going to do their time in state prison because they did this and this was not a federal crime yet.
Nope.
The feds stepped in. We don't want them. And they was like, basically, we're going to let them do it in the feds because it's a nicer stay. No, fuck out of
That's
here.
what we're not going to do. They go to straight.
You're going to go just like all the other boys in Georgia, nigga, that catch a body, nigga. You go in there with them.
Yep. I almost wish that shit was retroactive.
And she's going after. She's like, yeah, we'll be back in court next month because that district attorney, the original
she's
one,
next. She's
going to prison too.
Good. She gotta go, bro.
Bitch, you found out about
and told
a man
is good. Like,
did a murder, him with his son, and basically was like, okay, don't trip, we're gonna cover this up. You lied to that woman and said her son died trying to rob someone.
Yep.
And I always tell people, even though she knows her son and believe that wasn't true, on those late nights crying over his body, missing him, getting used to the fact that your son is never going to walk in that door or call you again, she had to think for a second, like, damn you, Aubrey.
Yep.
Did you go get yourself killed doing some stupid shit? Because everybody makes a mistake and does something stupid at least once. Right. I don't care how good of a person he was, right? So even in her heart of hearts, she might have known to a point where she never could actually verbally say that he might have done it,
right? Because
she knew better. But the mind is powerful, and it has to weigh all the options. To make that woman even think that one time is the most foulest, cruelest shit you can ever do to a mother.
Yep.
That is fucked up, man. I hope they put that lady under the jail.
Hope they put her in GP.
And the fact that, like, dog, when I heard them read off those sentences, let me tell you how programmed I am to us getting screwed.
It blew your mind when them shits was what they were supposed to be.
For 30 seconds, I almost felt bad for them. Imagine that, nigga.
Right.
For 30 fucking seconds, I almost felt like, damn, bro, them niggas got 30, 40. Y'all niggas gonna be in jail for the rest of y'all life.
Yeah.
And then I thought about the son. I'm like, your dad taught you to be this way. And he's a man of the law. So a respected person in the community. Everyone in society tells you that your dad is a person to look up to, listen to, and obey, and try to be like. And all you did was listen to him, and that nigga led you right to life in prison.
Yep. You gotta feel dumb as fuck.
In that dog,
as his son,
your father led you to life imprisonment.
Yep. Oh, you'll be together.
No, you won't.
Or send them different prisons.
They ain't gonna let them niggas do their time together. They don't do that shit. The only time niggas be in there with their pops and shit like that is when they don't know that. Right. A lot of niggas be in there meeting their dads and shit. Like, niggas like, oh shit. Like the jail don't really know the father-son connection because there is none.
Yeah.
You might know the name, and if they both like come from a set or some street shit where they active,
yeah,
you might.
If they both got the
you
last
might
name
know.
Smith.
You might
even like.
You might pay attention.
Like, oh,
but if they just different generations, he already doing his time over here, and this nigga's a new breed coming in. Yeah, it might be a connection there. But watch, when they go get sentenced and it's time for them to go sit it down, they probably gonna separate them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now this the thing. Now y'all gotta join up. You gotta stand on it.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of racists out here that they don't got the stomach to stand on being an Aryan brother in the Aryan Brotherhood.
Nope.
Now you got to go join up to survive.
Because these niggas going to be out there looking for you.
Because they're on your head. Boy, you food in there for what you did to Ahmad. And he was very popular in the state of Georgia before he got killed because he was a top athlete. Yeah, it was niggas in the NFL that didn't go to practice and shit like that the day he got killed.
Yeah, nigga, you food like a motherfucker, nigga. It's bad.
Yeah, bros. It's something to think about. What's that movie, American History X? It depicts that well. It shows how, like, yeah, man, it sounds good to be out in American streets yelling at Nazi shit and quoting Mein Kampf and having sex with the little Nazi groupies and all that type of shit. Everything cool.
Yep.
But when you go to prison, it's a whole different game.
Yeah. Way different.
And now you got these niggas that's Nazis preaching that Aryan Brotherhood shit that know they got to survive with these brothers and they got a connection. They got a system going. They got to survive with these Hispanics. There's a system going. You get out of line and call a Hispanic something or a black person something, and now the white brother, the Aryan Nation brother, the OG is telling you to apologize. Yep. And that fuck your world up. Like, wait, what? We don't apologize to these people. We're better than them.
And look what happened to that nigga.
And then you come to the realization, no, y'all just in prison. Just some thugs. You're a white thug. That's a Hispanic thug. And that's a black one. That's what you're going to be labeled as. That's what you're going to be treated as. That's what these guards treat you as. Y'all got a number.
Hey, them niggas,
nigga, you're going to...
Them niggas violated him. Boy.
Right. But that happens in real life a lot. Yeah. A lot. Like I told you on that panel. The dude that I was on that panel with that had all the swastikas and shit. Bro, he had his share. He went through that. He's like, bro, you know what I mean? On some, and it's like, man, they did him dirty for him standing up for a white dude against some brothers, and they had business with the brothers though. Brothers was like, you want to keep this business going? Y'all got to go do him. They went and did him. These my brothers, right? How many times these gang niggas had that realization? Like, damn.
That's how I know I ain't built for prison.
Nobody is built for prison. Nobody is built for prison. Humans will survive what they have to.
Right.
That's the difference. And there's a certain gene floating in all of us, man. Some people are not going to accept a certain type of treatment. Right. You'd have to kill them first.
That's for sure, nigga.
Right? This prison sentence is going to be real short.
Yep.
I'll tell you, there's ways to shorten my life sentence up real short.
Niggas ain't taking my man.
Nigga, in no way, shape, or form. So nigga, go ahead and bring him out. Like, I'm either gonna be a legend out this bitch when it's all over, or I'm dead.
Yeah.
But either way it go, I ain't gonna be doing 100 years in here, 80 years in here, nigga. It's what it is, what it is, right? Which brings me to the nigga this topic actually, bro, because that's actually a great segue. Larry Davis. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, we're not gonna go too much in detail. We're just gonna pop our shit about it. We're gonna give you the shell of it. You can go look up the story in detail. So young brother by the name of Larry Davis, who in the late 80s started rapping and launched his own record label after flirting with a record deal from a major. Larry Davis, very business minded, kind of disciplined and focused beyond his years. He's about 18, 19 at the time. You know, he's hanging out on the crew one day, out, you know, with his crew, some dudes from the neighborhood around the way. They hustlers. It's the 80s. That's what cats did in the 80s. We know about it. So they out there hustling. Police roll up on them pretty deep. They think it's over for them. You know, they just got pinched. Police let them know that's not what we're here for. Police drops a few bags of cocaine and some guns. Let them know this is the price, a very fair price. We can all make money. We'll see you next week. Over the course of a few months, a lot of money was made, as you can imagine. Larry basically was still into his entrepreneur spirit. So whether it was a moral issue or just common sense, he backed out of it after a little while. He ended his relationship. That led to threats by the NYPD of, you know, murder and extortion and things like that. So the last little package that he had for him, he decided instead of meeting up with him to give him their money, where he you know, basically they possibly could kill him, arrest him, or do anything, he skipped out on him. Fuck you, pay. Fuck, you know, come get it. I ain't paying you shit. Right? That's what it is. About over a course of 2 to 6 months, Larry, his relatives are getting death threats on behalf of him. They're basically like, where's Larry at? And we know he's over there. We're going to kill him. All this ends up tracing back to the actual police department and these officers. 2 to 6 month time frame, Larry does go to one of his sister's homes, and he's staying the night. They get the drop that he's there. A 23 to 28 man hit team is assembled within the NYPD, and they ascend on his home, kick in the door, knock over his now, you know, soon, you know, elderly mother, hurting her hip, grazing, I believe, his sister in the leg or the arm with a bullet as she fled from her bedroom to the room where she knew her children were to help them seek cover. Larry's in the back. As they come down the hall, you know, they describe it as basically Swiss cheese. They chewed it up. One of the officers, feeling cocky, runs down the hall closer to where Larry is to try to get a kill shot, right? And that's when the first officer is killed by Larry. After they've released nearly 100 rounds or so, no return fire was proven to ever return from Larry. It wasn't until the officer ran within 4 yards of him and tried to shoot him in his face, missing him and grazing up the top of his head, not knowing, assuming that Larry had no weapon because all those bullets had went off in his direction and he never returned fire. The officer was kind of slipping. And now Larry kind of had a visual layout of where all the officers were located in the apartment. They say he was quoted as saying that, you know, basically it was just him and God, because as an untrained handler of a firearm, I don't think he ever really shot a gun before, but he was able to execute with like literally everything from the neck up. All of his, he hit all these officers from the neck up, and he killed anywhere between, like, I think it was like 11 or 16 or something like that of them. I don't remember which one it was. So he fled the apartment unscathed, basically with a graze. and was able to be on the run for about 20 some odd days before he orchestrated his own surrender. He didn't trust the police. Obviously, he knew they were trying to kill him, so he basically was like, y'all not taking me nowhere. Y'all not doing this.
You have a lawyer. You basically call a lawyer and have a lawyer.
Got a lawyer and demanded that the feds got involved. Right. So he gets arrested, goes to trial. They try to book him on the original warrant was saying that they were coming to question him. 28-man team dressed in SWAT was coming to question him about knowledge he may or may not have had about the murder of 4 drug dealers. That was one of the things that stood out in court with the jury. The defense attorney was able to like point that out, like that's not odd to you. 28 men with machine guns to come ask him about a murder in the middle of the night. Like, why? That's not how they would do that, right? So just several things like that. Basically, the cops was dirty pieces of shit, like we know them to be, and even more so in this case. This is when they would have the true backing of the public openly to be this way towards a lot of us. And one of the things that this case kind of like exploded in mainstream society and in the media was that, you know, a lot of police officers are becoming millionaires selling drugs in black neighborhoods, forcing black kids to sell drugs in their neighborhoods, literally getting drugs from the police department and coming to the neighborhood and picking out kids like, you're going to sell this for me or else. And they had 1 to 4 officers get on there and admit to selling and participating in the drug trade, broke down exactly how they did it. And it stemmed because they were really just on some bully shit. And they never expected to lose any one of those officers. They were just strictly there to come kill him because he knew too much. And he had basically made hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars in drugs with them. And they couldn't accept the fact that he was just going to try to walk away from that and live a good life. So they had to go knock him off. They were unsuccessful. And they lost up to like 16 men or some shit like that. And if you understand like society and police officers and working and camaraderie, you're sure some of these officers had mutual social interests. Like their kids went to school together, played little league together. Their wives knew each other. They went to each other's birthdays and birthday parties and stuff like that. So a couple of the officers feeling the guilt and, basically the tension, they ratted. They came clean. Like, actually, we were there to, murder this dude. So that was groundbreaking, right? That don't happen every day. And then they booked him for the 4 murders of the drug dealers that they originally were going to question him about. He beat that case. They booked him for like 2 to 3 other murders, just random throughout the New York area. He beat those cases. And then they finally tried him for the murder of the cops that came in to kill him, and he beat those cases, surely off ballistic evidence, right? And DNA and things like that. It was, and then testimony, and then, people always talk, right? Whether they're talking on purpose or they're talking in private and it's no longer private anymore. So groundbreaking shit. He was able to beat all these cases. They come back a year or so later and throw some murder on him from like the Bronx or some shit like that. That he, basically always vowed that he had nothing to do with, didn't know the guy. The evidence on it was real spotty, but this time they kind of secured an all-white jury in another district that he wasn't familiar with, didn't grow up in, didn't live in, and they just got him in. It was just like another day in court. They got his ass up out of here. He was able to get that reduced, and get that time reduced. So he was going to be doing a fraction of the time that the police initially thought that they had him booked for. In comes a Puerto Rican gentleman. His name Blue Boy, I think it's Blue Boy or something like that. He's a legendary Puerto Rican Crip. And I guess he was a hitter. So he has a bunch of time, right? And all of a sudden he's getting transferred to where Larry is. And I guess it was a wire that was sent to Larry that like, yo, bro, if Blue Boy end up on your yard, he's there to kill you. Larry was having vicious beatings from the guards randomly. They would give him enough time to heal and whoop his ass again. He was, he had already survived a couple of attacks. He knew that the police had basically, was trying to kill him. And that's because, with his attorneys and stuff like that, and that their competence in beating the case, what the attorneys was understanding is that they were fearful of him getting out so soon. Now you have retribution. Now you have a reason to go after us legally. You know what I'm saying? He still has all that knowledge of the things that he did. He can still incriminate a lot of people and do a lot of more damage. And the dude Blue Boy, if that's his name correctly,
Damn,
I can't
you got
remember.
The time frame all off.
What?
Oh no, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? What time? Like, I didn't even put it on the time frame. I'm just going through the story of nigga how it was reported.
No, you said it happened in like the 80s.
It was like late 80s, wasn't it?
91.
Late 80s, 91. My bad, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was decades ago, bro. I'm just running it off. Look, you looking from the note. I'm running it off the head. Give me a second, nigga. So like, where was I at? I'm just trying to end the story. Oh yeah, basically. So the dude Blue gets to the prison or whatever. The streets basically say he got there, nigga, to finish this cat, to like end him off. Of course, now he's out, and a lot of people didn't understand how he got out, but he's out, and the streets is talking about this case right now because he just surfaced up and did an interview on, yours truly, Vlad TV, and he speaks on it. We could play that. It's only 3 minutes if you want to play the clip of him speaking on him killing Larry, but a lot of people from that culture, that community, was saying that, all the streets from Aryan nations to, like all the gangs and shit like that, basically had already decided that he was untouchable because he was a solid dude and because he was a legend for doing what he did to those police that came to kill him, right? And he stayed solid, never told them about all that type of shit. So it was kind of like a wink, like that he's supposedly off limits, right? But yeah, it's now officially reported that he was just killed in a prison fight. But they're not going to report it like it was a political hit or nothing like that. But,
right.
But yeah, it was a wild story, and I just like, damn, I heard the name before, but I never heard the story, and I only heard the name because Nas and I think 50 Cent, there's a couple other rappers, nigga, that have rapped about him. Shout out to Gully TV, because Gully TV is the one that originally, nigga, like posted this, did something. He's the first one to speak on it. And it brought it to my attention, and it made me go look it up a little bit, and was like, damn, this is crazy. Yeah, man. So what you think, bro? Like, you think that what do you think about old boy and how do you feel about the killer of him? Like, you think it's something, you think it was he was sent there, or you think it was just maybe wrong place at the wrong time? Because when he tell his story, bro, he don't even have like the story is kind of ass. He's like, yeah, man, I was there to stab somebody else, and Larry got involved and was like, no, that ain't happening today. And then he said Larry sucker punched him, and then he stabbed him, and then Larry fell, and then he chased after the guy that he was originally there to supposedly stab for allegedly being a rapist, but they say that wasn't really the case. Dude was just, homo or whatever. And so Larry stood up for him like, no, you're not going to do that, and I kind of already know that you here for me anyway. I'm just like, that was a quick move. I don't know, bro. I ain't in prison, bro. I don't know prison culture. I ain't in nobody's fuck gang, nigga, and all that type shit, nigga. I ain't with all that. I'm my own man. I don't know.
That nigga Blue Boy. I'm gonna ask you a question quick. Blue Boy didn't. I don't feel like he got out early. Nigga did 39 years.
Well, listen to me. What they were saying, this is the alleged, this is the streets talking, like they're saying that he was already doing life.
Nah, but from what I read
allegedly
on him, he had 25 to life, and they only gave him 10 additional years for the Larry Davis thing.
I know, but that's just the Larry Davis thing.
Denied him. He got denied parole in 2007, but got parole later.
But he's known, and he openly speaks about multiple bodies, nigga, while he was in prison. He was a hitter. He worked for the boy.
I know
they
that.
was sicking him on niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? And they saying that, like, he got out, you know what I'm saying?
So he give me a second.
He a character too.
He a bitch.
He a character too, man.
He a bitch because you a pawn ass nigga. You a pawn against your own you would be a pawn against your own people.
Yeah.
If given the opportunity to get out of jail early,
like,
if given the opportunity.
Allegedly, the boys used him
right
to get one of the realest ones.
So that means to me is that
in.
you let niggas take your manhood and tell you what to do. So you a bitch because I know you would do it to your own people if they put the same cards on the table for you. That's the type of nigga that would snake and kill his own motherfucker on the inside if it meant him not having to do all these life sentences and shit that he looking at.
Yeah, man.
Because what other reason, nigga, his name's Luis Rosado, a.k.a. Blue Boy. You don't even know this nigga Larry. You and Larry have no issues prior to anything.
Hey, and
y'all know each other.
He slips up on a Vlad interview and says, like, yeah, man, he thought I was going to try to get him. And I wasn't even there going to try to get him unless he tried to get me. Yeah. Why would you have that energy for a person you don't know and you just got transferred to his yard?
Right.
And Larry didn't have a reputation of being a bully on the yard.
Right.
Like that. Now, he wasn't no punk on the yard.
Right.
But, nigga, nobody was, like, just in fear. He wasn't checking nobody and all that type of shit. It's just a weird scenario, bro, like that they use you to clip dude.
Like, you're a whole fucking weirdo for even being okay with that. You a snake. That's just a scumbag.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people.
And to go on Vlad and be talking. As a matter of fact, let me jump off the porch today.
Well, fuck you.
That's for you, Vlad. I've really had it with you, my nigga. And from what the homie told me, from what he heard, that you're too scared to even be in the room with half these niggas you having these interviews with, you even more of a bitch. You were fucking fed, my nigga. Hands down, you were fed. You know how to ask all your questions in a roundabout way. Like a fed, like a lawyer, like a nigga who's wearing a wire. That's what Val reminds me of, is a nigga who's wearing a wire, bro.
You said what?
He reminds me of a nigga who's wearing a wire.
I think that we just need to start respecting our own culture more. You know what I'm saying? Respecting our own culture more in terms of, like, what other culture can you just ingratiate yourself to and highlight all the negative aspects of it? Make millions. Speak to whoever you think is going to be popular and get views. Your fans start telling you, oh, speak to this person. You do it. They speak some real shit. You try to correct them with a lie. They tell you it's a lie. Prove to you on air that it's a lie. And you shun them. Like, oh, well, whatever. I don't need you niggas now. Now I'll just do a whole bunch of old Italian gangsters.
Right.
A little Italian kids wasn't watching Vlad TV.
They weren't, not at all.
Like, nigga, like rock legends, that's cool. Go bring them on there. But the rock crowd didn't make Vlad TV.
Nope.
And that's our fault. Because as a culture, we need to start vetting these vices that always want to be around us for some reason. They always want to talk about what we do for some reason and how we do it.
Yeah, because why ain't he talking about his punk ass country that he come from?
I'll take it even off
doing a whole war with a country.
I'm not shouting. Like, I'm not calling nobody's country a punk because I don't know. Like, we love everybody, right? And that country is good over here. We talking about the end of fucking visual. We talking about his punk ass.
Right.
Okay? Because you can't say shit about that. That's sensitive. That's my people. That's all. I don't want to talk about that. How dare you?
Yeah, you don't.
But your ass is sitting up there giving advice about the black community all the goddamn time,
right,
Vladimir?
Or when fucking Adam 22
it's the arrogance.
was on Dame Dash's fucking podcast, trying to tell him what black people want and like and shit from Kanye and shit, because he didn't like the gospel side of Kanye. He's like, that's not what black people are looking for, and Dame had to stop him. Like, how dare you feel like you know what the fuck black people are looking for?
That's how comfortable motherfuckers could be with our culture,
like, are you out your fucking
and not
mind?
respect it, to the fact that they really feel like watching a few movies, liking a few hip hop artists, certain clothing and shit like that, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, like, no, this, and they'll just start talking about black people like they're black and like they have an in-depth knowledge about black people.
To be
and
real, Adam 22 was a fucking punk rocker before he started this platform.
you can look at him; he's still a punk rocker, bro.
Yeah, like,
Ain't nothing hip hop about Vlad or Adam 22. Ain't nothing hip hop about them shits at all. And like, if you look at the connection they got with, see, I don't know. I'll be looking at shit different. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking at shit differently, bro. And you gotta check flags sometimes, bro. You gotta check flags sometimes. Like, yo, bro, where you from? Where your people from?
Definitely need to shut the fuck up about anything Louis Farrakhan related, my nigga.
Because you ain't got shit to say about Putin.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to
imagine
just cause he didn't want to do your punk ass show, because he knows what type of bitch made ass nigga you are and what type of narrative you gonna spin and how you gonna have this nigga looking on your fucking platform.
And you're not worthy of it. What have you done for this community?
You're not worthy to even have this conversation.
Who the
with
fuck
this
are you
man.
to talk to Louis Farrakhan?
Like, that nigga don't like talking to white people like that. What makes you?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I've seen him speak to 1 million white people.
Well, yeah,
but who the fuck are you?
Yeah, you're not one he's gonna speak to.
To have a conversational sit down with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
You're not someone he feel like he needs to impart any knowledge on. He don't care about you, nigga.
Well, nigga, you. Yeah, bro, don't even get me started. Like, that's not his.
He don't care about you. He don't care about the rap game. He don't care about anything that you represent.
This is what gets annoying. I don't like motherfuckers that don't look like me telling me that my culture is drug dealing, pimping, and killing each other. There's only a non-black person or a person that believes that shit or has been caught up in that will spin that narrative. Nigga, you can't. All I dare is anybody to hear my voice to look up Black American inventions. And you can't name one race of one group, one tribe of people that have affected the fucking world 2 times over, like the people that I was born into. So when I hear a motherfucker that, hold on, let me finish. When I hear a motherfucker that comes from a war-torn country all the goddamn time, I don't want to hear that shit about black on black crime. Look at these motherfuckers over there in Europe bombing and killing each other. All the fuck, nigga, they do that shit all the time, right? That's what they do.
President of your home country and what he's doing.
So I'm saying that's what y'all on. So like, when I need a person like Vlad to talk to me about what goes on in the mind of a motherfucker like Putin to feel like he can do that to Ukraine, and what goes on in the mind of Russians that are aloof, that are more interested in shopping, and they're more mad that Starbucks is discontinuing coffee out there and McDonald's and shit like that than they are that their country and their taxpaying dollars are going to bombing babies and innocent people.
And that their
you
want
to talk about the motherfucking bestiality. You want to talk about the bestiality, nigga, and a gang culture that makes up less than 3% of African American FBA culture. But you don't want to highlight, nigga, the scientists, the motherfucking global, like, theologists, doctors, lawyers, nigga, all the people that have made civil liberties possible for other races of people that come from that same culture, right? We already know about the entertainment and the athletic sector. But we don't want to talk about the mathematics, the science, the technology and things like that. Everybody sits on a fucking toilet today. Everybody got a fucking cotton shirt today. Everybody eats peanut butter with their jelly.
Everybody is there.
Everybody enjoys this light that we sit under.
That air conditioner.
Like, so it's
that
just
ice cream.
This is a unique group of fucking people that I come from.
Them traffic
You're not
lights.
gonna sit here and get to tell me because your ass get to wear you wearing a fucking hip hop a Cuban link chain and some Gucci and some Mike Jordans, nigga, and a Rolex, and now you hip hop, so you want to preach and talk down to a group. You know what what your people can learn from my people, nigga, about perseverance and survival? Y'all over there getting punked by one fucking man.
You know who else I can't
Shut
stand?
the fuck up
On
lecturing to foundational black Americans about our goddamn community.
White people that do that whole we wear Cuban chains and ice and all that shit. I don't like Colby Covington because of this. That yo racist MAGA hat wearing ass is Cuban link bracelets now. Cuban link necklace. A chaos pendant, nigga, all iced out.
Yeah, because that was all a gimmick.
Like,
dog,
no,
UFC
he's still doing that shit.
No, but UFC was going to
cut that
bounce
nigga.
him because he wasn't ratings and he wasn't, he's a good fighter, but he wasn't doing all that. He didn't have a shtick. He's an American, so he didn't have. See, Americans, dog, like
up there.
Americans secretly idolize Europe in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
A certain sector of America, they'll pump up Tyson Fury and Conor McGregor before Kobe. Kobe got to come out and just say racist shit, nigga. Lose all his friends, nigga, because he just allegedly just acting racist because that's what he got to do to sell some tickets.
They're like, man, you got to turn up the heat, man. I got all this ice on me. I'm cold. Like, sit your goofy ass down somewhere, nigga. Like, even fucking take the
that's entertainment
racist
though.
Shit you did. Sit down.
But that's entertainment though. Like that, I won't even like factor that into what we really talking
Still
about.
Weird.
It's weird as fuck, and I agree
like
with you. It could even be annoying. It might even be bigoted.
That's what I mean.
That ain't affecting nobody's life.
It's just stupid.
It's just stupid. It's ignorant, right? But I'm talking about like, nigga, you got motherfuckers that will sit on a multi-million-dollar platform, speak down to black people about only the only negative things that they really can say about us, right? Some of them are even trumped up. And then you be like, where are you from?
Yep.
And they'll tell you a country that's literally fucked up. Then they want to say that, oh, but you guys lived in America and not account for any of the shit that we built in America.
Right.
Like America wasn't like this, nigga. We helped make it like this. And it's documented what we did. And if you really want to go into history, we was here before anybody motherfucking else, nigga, and I stand on that. So with that being said, what are we really talking about? But think about how common you look up and hear non-black people talking about black people and their culture and why things that aren't good, why they're not perfect, why shit should be better. But they don't ever tell you that black Americans are the richest black people on earth.
Right.
They don't want to tell you that outside of the Jewish community and the white European community that migrated and came over to America, but we're one of the wealthiest ethnic groups on earth. Self-made. Nigga, we're the only ethnic, well, I would say one of them just to be respectful. We ain't never got no motherfucker, all this government handout shit they try to put on us.
None.
We still ain't got our reparations,
Right.
right? Every white slave owner got millions of dollars by this government.
Indians got millions
Right.
of dollars by this government. Or Native Americans,
Right? So, Jewish Americans, Jewish people got millions of dollars by this government to the tune of billions. They helped fund Israel.
Yep.
I think there's like $3 billion of American taxpayers go over to Israel still right now annually as they literally deport everyone black. How do you say?
Watch out! Don't be.
How do you say?
Them.
How do you say we're moving past racism and we're moving past this? And oh, you just got to kind of not talk about it. Yeah, I mean, you sound like a racist saying that. That's like, hey man, I'm molesting your kid, but to move past it, you just can't talk about it.
Right.
Don't acknowledge it. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? If we can't have a conversation about Ukraine and America's place in helping the Ukrainian people, without discovering that damn, the Ukrainian people don't like black people. They literally are all. They out there being racist as fuck to black people. That they in the middle of a war, they're getting bombed and shot at, and still got time to discriminate on somebody because of the color of their skin. So now you got to ask yourself, okay, Mr. Biden, you want us to you spending millions of dollars of our taxpayers' money to fund and bring and shelter
These bitch ass.
hundreds of thousands of potential neo-Nazi white supremacists right back to America? What is your purpose really? Hey, do they vet these countries? Because I know if you're Middle Eastern or if you got an African name, when I go to customs and shit like that, I know it's an issue. My name's Akeem. I get all that. Is it hard for Eastern Europeans to come through customs? Like, are they accused of being Nazis? Are they vetted for their Nazism?
Bro, hell nah.
Exactly. So you're just like funding and like recirculating the pot. Like as America gets towards more and more democratic views and we get more and more unified, you just go bring in a couple of more 100,000 neo-Nazis over here, right? Hey, a black American isn't wrong for asking these questions.
Fuck no.
A black American isn't wrong for asking these questions. A Latino American isn't wrong for asking these fucking questions. Anybody that doesn't stand to win by the majority of citizens here being white supremacists and having white supremacist ideologues don't stand or don't have a issue. They have a right to ask these questions is all I'm trying to say. It's not meddling. It's not playing no type of race card. It's just, hey, bro, like, what are we doing? Because you talking about bringing motherfuckers, like, oh, I just don't get it. Like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. The Democratic Party has some maturing to do politically. And I know that's what the older wing, the Progressive Party, is trying to push that maturity on. But, hey, man, something's going to have to happen. Because you can't keep depending on the very people that you're systematically shutting out in all your actions. Whether it's through your immigration policies, whether it's through your refugee policies, whether it's through like the wars and shit like that you chose to mingle in. And take race out of it. I don't be hearing these fucking foreign nations be more, they need to be more appreciative of America and Americans. These motherfuckers talk shit about us year round. Something happened, they all on the fucking camera. America don't need to do shit. America don't owe nobody nothing. Hey, this whole shit could be America if you motherfuckers get like American citizens.
Right.
See, because there's a foreign class that comes here and likes to live off the privilege of America. And they don't feel like they owe America nothing. But white, black, Hispanic, and Asian, there is a group of us, there is a sector of us that are here. We've been here. We're native to this land by hundreds of generations. We built it. We fought for its inclusion. We fought for the rights and things of that nature. And we continue to do that.
Right.
Where our government is sneaky is they bring in a lot of people that ain't on that. They bring in a lot of people. It's like there's a girl out there, there's a woman out there that makes you appreciate her, fam. And then there's a girl out there that nigga, as long as you buy her a bag, you can go do whatever the fuck you want to do. You decide which type of woman you want.
Right.
America does that. We want more time, nigga. We want more communication, right? Or they'll just go get the motherfuckers that's just happy that they not where they were from. They'll just go get the motherfuckers that's over here, oh, I'm just make this money and go back home. It's a win-win. Because now you got people here, and think about it. It don't take much to be able to vote here, bro. The only people that really got voting rights that wasn't protected is black people.
Right.
You can come over here, live here 3 years, become a citizen, nigga, and be able to vote for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah, you don't need no fucking...
No amendment, no nothing.
None of that shit.
I don't appreciate that either. You know what I'm saying? I listened to a lecture of a fucking Hispanic man give his lecture on why black people shouldn't get reparations. And you know what his main fucking argument was? It's too hard to quantify. Basically, it's like, nigga, I owe you so much money, I can't pay you because I don't know how much money I owe you. It's just so much. That's basically his argument. His intellectuals, he tried to portray it as, his argument was like, I mean, how do we quantify it? And I thought to myself real quick, I remember there was a napkin in front of me, and I was like, well, nigga, if you just started, and I remember hearing Tariq Nasheed speak about this once, months ago, and I was just like, just that quick, it reminded me of that, and I was like, well, damn. I grabbed my napkin, and I was like, well, just take the years of slavery, right? Put those aside. All the enslavement years, put those to the side. All the years before enslavement, the 75 to 100 years that Europeans migrated over here and lived amongst black and Mongoloid indigenous natives, right? They interacted with us, our ancestors, all those things, before the slave ships came. So take those years that are precious and important, set them aside with the slave years. Nigga, you can just start with the years that black people were allegedly free, paying taxes, and couldn't use any government entities. Paying taxes, but we can't fly. Paying taxes, but we can't be on a fucking bus. Paying taxes, nigga, but we can't go to any universities, nigga, or city colleges, even though our tax-paying dollars are funding these things. Paying taxes, but we can't be on the police force or the fire department. These are government jobs. You get what I'm saying? You can start with that, fam. And when you cut that check, nigga, go add all that other shit up. Now, that's not 100% realistic. I get that. But the notion that a motherfucker that just moved to America within the last 15 years is now being privileged to give up and give a lecture to college students on anti-reparations for black Americans, and his whole basis of his argument was, nigga, it's unquantifiable. I'm like, nigga, I just quantified a big chunk right there.
And regardless,
which I could argue would be fair because neither one of us were physically slaves.
Yeah, but regardless of, you can't say anything's unquantifiable. You just don't want to quantify it because the number is fucking outrageous.
You were sent by someone and paid by someone, and they thought that because you were Latin and not Caucasian, that it would roll over better. Definitely that maybe somebody would listen to it more, or maybe you can rally up the troops. Because I love the other argument of like, well, if we pay black people, we're like, where do we stop? Like, well, no, we're the last ones to get paid. Everybody else got paid.
Everybody else,
the fuck you talking about?
Nigga, you don't pay
like, nigga, white
else.
Immigrants don't get no money, nigga. They got all our land and shit, nigga. What you talking about?
They paid.
They got our wealth. What the fuck you talking about? Hey, when white people got to go to colleges with just white people, nigga, that's white welfare. Yeah. The fuck you talking? Every white person that came to America on a boat was coming looking for a handout.
And they got it.
Every Hispanic person that comes to America on a boat, every African person that comes to America willingly on a boat came over here in this nation right now looking for some kind of handout, looking for opportunity. Right. My race of people, my ethnic group, foundationally black Americans, so-called African Americans, are the only group of people in America that didn't migrate here seeking anything. So-called Native Americans, in the sense that I'll say so-called because they weren't the only Native Americans, but the Native Americans that we love and we represent and hold dear today as Americans and stuff like that. But they know their history. There was a time when they wasn't here either. But we like to, we can go deep on this, man. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. Shout out to everybody. At this point, you can argue that the indigenous people, like the Native American people, are a multi-race group. But it has to be some kind of standing. Only the elite and the government benefits from America being open for transaction all year long, 24/7. Who benefits from that? No American could go nowhere else and get that. That's crazy, bro. Like, and it makes it a hostile place. Right. But I just fear when motherfucking Americans start getting on code and people start saying, like, wait a minute. What's up with this immigration shit? Who's it benefit truly? What you looking at, nigga?
Bullshit, no weather. Continue.
Oh, you gotta go up there and get the girls?
Nah, they getting dropped off, but it's snowing. It's been snowing like all week, nigga. Fuck. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, no, that's all.
This shit. All this shit is just fucking ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous that so many fucking races feel like they can just tell us what we go through niggas and like, all that shit.
I'm gonna send you the link. Tariq Nasheed on his shit. I keep bringing up brother Tariq. Tariq doing this little thing.
You can't.
A Puerto Rican dude a white Puerto Rican, dare I say, too. He's not an Afro Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Gets at him and freestyles a rap. He raps at him of why black people shouldn't want and don't need reparations from America. Now, mind you, he live in Puerto Rico. He not even American. Well, technically, it's a gray area.
If you ain't from,
they're not allowed to vote, but they're American citizens.
Especially if you ain't from America, bro. I'd be liable to punch you in your fucking face,
bro. If you're not black, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Especially if you ain't from here,
bro. You know what it's like?
I'll really punch you in your. I'll punch most of you motherfuckers in the mouth.
Can you imagine a panel of people talking on? Fuck it. We got 4 guests, right? My shit's squeaking. We got 4 guests. We up here talking our ass off. We all black though. Nah, fuck it. One of us Asian. And we're speaking
about what we're speaking about.
No, about bar mitzvahs and why they're inappropriate or not appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Dog, you would just sound stupid.
And we get canceled.
Take that side out of it. Just for the conversation. You would sound stupid.
For sure.
Like, take us, that same group of people, discussing hijabs.
Right. Yeah, right. Something that
nobody up here Muslim.
Affect us at all.
Nobody Muslim.
Right.
We're just talking about, oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't do it. It's impressive. It's the most ignorantest thing in the world to do. Like, but dog, if you you can look it up. Every news network has done it.
Oh, yeah.
They've had a panel of non-black people
talk about
discussing black issues.
Always. Or discussing black history.
It's like, dog.
What the fuck?
It's nuts to me, man. It's just something that, I don't know. It's something that's crazy. Even when they talk about the racism in Ukraine, you see how quickly just, they shoot by, oh yeah, man, some racist shit. They're having a problem. The African students are not being allowed to get on the trains, and then they go right back to a little white girl, nigga, and we got to save her. Right. Like, this is unacceptable.
Always got to save the little white girl or the little white boy or the white people.
Which, dog, I'm all for that. That little girl cute as shit, save her.
Right.
But I seen the little black baby that's 3 months that's stuck outside in the cold, and y'all won't even let her go in the train station.
Yeah.
Not get on the train, fam. The train station where there's some warmth. Like, she can't share the warmth with the white people.
Nope.
But you are benefiting from having these people migrate to your country. And attend your universities and stuff like that.
I feel bad to say this, but I feel like this against anybody that ain't for my people.
Where's Africa at?
Fuck the Ukraine and if that's what you're doing to my people, fuck you and your plight. Sorry.
Well, my thing is this. Ain't no American niggas over there like that. I'm talking about, where are these African nations?
Right.
Where's the Nigerian president?
Where's I'm just saying, if American black people were over there, I know what you'd be doing to us because you're doing it to non-American black people.
No, I get that. But I'm not saying nothing happened yet with Brittany Griner. But Brittany Griner got some hope because she's from a country where black people in this country is going to make sure that this country do something for her.
That's real.
We're outnumbered here.
I'm waiting for Beyonce to say something.
But fam, we're outnumbered here. Mm-hmm. We don't have a black military in America. We don't have a black president in the military in America. All I'm saying is this: where's these places like Nigeria and Ghana and all that shit, watching these African people get treated like this,
and they're not even
and you
doing
not
shit
speaking
for their
up
own
on
people.
it or pulling up, nigga.
Right.
Putin got natural resources in Africa too. Y'all ain't banning that nigga. Hold your fucking nuts.
Right.
Everybody can't run to America. I'm tired of seeing little black kids from Compton die in Afghanistan, nigga.
Yeah.
In Asia somewhere.
Ain't no way.
In West, nigga, fuck that, nigga. Like, no.
Ain't going to war. I'd never go to war for this country.
If that same kid from Compton decided he don't want to join the military to go fight for Ukraine, but he down to fight with that gun and them skills for what his people go through here, now he's a revolutionary and you're going to try to imprison him or kill him.
Right.
But you want these little black boys
to go fight
and liberate motherfucking white supremacist nations from other white supremacists. But then when we be screaming about white supremacy, you niggas treat it like it's a black issue. That's the problem I got with this shit, dog. I be feeling real iffy. Like, man, I'm not a dude that supports anybody getting uprooted from their homeland. But at the same time, Who are Ukrainians to not be Russians if they don't got the power to nigga to hold off Russia?
That's
we
real.
all Americans.
Right.
We all Americans. My ancestors, nigga, they was from Florida. That wasn't even in America at one point in time.
Right.
Michigan, all that shit. That wasn't here. That was just some landmass. Nigga, they made that America. They didn't ask nobody for a fucking vote, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that just ain't fair, bro. You're not going to really, like, orchestrate my rage. Nigga, there's one person I feel bad for, nigga, specifically, nigga, in the Ukraine, because Florida Mac got a little shorty over there, nigga, and I'm like, nigga, she probably cool. God bless her.
Right.
But, fam, I can't do that when I'm seeing these niggas sick fucking water holes and dogs and, well, they don't do that no more, but they do the spray. What they be shooting? The bean spray bags and the tear gas. I seen that for a whole fucking summer, nigga. I ain't seen no motherfucking dignitaries from Ukraine. I ain't seen none of that shit. I didn't see nobody. Dog, the president that wouldn't be the fucking president that would have never been vice president if it wasn't for black Americans, uniquely black Americans, specifically black Americans. He even said that he ain't willing to take money away from the police. And like, but you willing to defund, nigga, all of Putin's efforts, though. That's how you getting that Putin, nigga. You defunding them. And these oligarchs, you taking their money.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna defund. You want to fund the police. Fucking idiot.
It's just nuts,
Joe
bro.
Biden's a fucking idiot.
I think Americans are idiots, bro.
For sure. But
Because we get caught up in that shit. Vice versa. We love to have some kind of duality to shit, man. And at the end of the day, bro, the Republican Party is ass. We know that. The Democratic Party, there's hope there in terms of like the progressive wing, in my opinion.
right.
But there's even extremists on that wing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a clusterfuck. I personally think you should have to be able to trace your lineage back to a certain date, nigga, in America, nigga, at this point, to be able to have a public office. Because you got a lot of motherfuckers that ain't been in America 20 years, nigga, making plans and deals for and decisions for Americans.
Right.
And I'm like, nigga, where is that fair? Like, that don't make sense nowhere else. And I'm not an extremist. I'm not a xenophobe, nigga. I don't hate nobody. I'm just taking a different look at the landscape and being like, huh. Because you see it. The people that really be passionate about like America and like the way it's going and shit like that, dog, there's a difference between Americans and American migrants. There just is. It just is, bro. If I move to Dubai as an American, nigga, I'm balling out of control, obviously, right? And I got some money. I don't give a fuck about the future of Dubai for 20 years.
Yeah, right.
Or Dubai's youth, nigga.
Right.
Or Dubai's ghettos and culture. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm out here getting money, nigga. I'm here for about 4 or 5 years, nigga, and then I'm out. I'm going back home. I'm not wrong for that, so no motherfucking immigrant is wrong coming here with that mentality. The only thing is they're often extremely included.
Right.
Even more so included than, you know what I'm saying, the indigenous race of people that we call foundational black Americans today. Even more so included than the indigenous race of people that we call Native Americans today. It's just a fact. Nigga, how many Native Americans, nigga, you seen in Congress?
I don't know.
Think about it, fam.
None that I can think off the top of my head, if there were any.
So I just be looking at it. I land my plane with that. Shout out to Brittany Griner, man. Hold your head, shorty. Hope you good, man. I hope they don't. Ooh, shit, I hope they don't do you. She facing 10. Yeah, she facing 10, mandatory 10.
For some vape pens, my nigga?
There's no weed allowed there at all.
In Russia?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know.
That's what I mean. That's where she was at. The thing is, they came and got her through the customs because they knew. I don't know, bro. I'm like, how she get it? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just like them things, bro. It's like, bro, you got to leave shit at home. And I'm pro herb, but not in a place that nigga they gonna hold me down like that. Like, not, you know what I'm saying?
How'd you get it there, but you can't
First off,
get
you
it
don't
out?
break nobody's laws, and it's like going, nigga, look, A nigga might say, when you come to my house, fam, take your shoes off.
Right.
And as he say that to you, you might look down. That nigga might have some Timbos on.
Right.
But I'm going to take my shoes off, nigga. This is his house.
Right.
He can walk around with shoes on in his house. So whatever motherfucker you got that vape pen from in Russia, they deserve to have that vape pen and can have that. Because they Russians just trying to be liberated, nigga, in a constructive fucking society, no different than Americans is over here. But you don't get to take American shit to Russia, and you don't get to take Russian shit and bring it to America. That's the problem. The problem with our country is we allow that. Mm. And we allow that because it's geared towards certain specific communities. Bro, they did a little map breakdown of, because the dude was like, basically, his premise was, everybody that wants to ridicule and criticize black American communities, nigga, he had a map to show where, like, the drugs that plague black American communities, the crack, the coke, all that type of shit, the heroin, all the opioids, where they come from. Mm-hmm. Then he had a map to show the guns, where they come from. Yeah, bro, it's a lot of motherfuckers walking around, nigga, that don't need to be saying shit to us. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You one of them.
That's all I'm saying, because they gonna call
22,
you. They gonna call you something when you start telling where the motherfucking guns that plague the black community come from.
Yeah.
Who ships they on? What country they coming from? Everybody that hear my voice, you can look that up. When you start thinking about, dog, why is every rapper shouting out a Hispanic for a fucking cocaine or drug connect?
Yeah, it ain't a nigga.
Why every black drug kingpin on the American Gangster series said their drugs either came from one or two places, Asia
or
Latin America, South America, right? All right.
Because you can only get heroin in Asia.
All right. I'm just saying, fam.
And
I'm just saying, fam. How many African nations, nigga, are running drugs in America?
How many what?
African nations are running drugs in America.
Does Africa even have, like...
They have it.
But I'm saying, is it a national export like it is for Colombia?
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know like,
Afghanistan. Pumping shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's where all the heroin was coming from at one time. All these things reach American shores, nigga, and you can't name one nigga, including most drug dealers at the time, that has any means to get those things here. Frank Lucas never had a ship, bro.
Right.
Or a boat. Like, nigga, we ain't never seen these niggas with boats.
That nigga had to finesse it in the fucking country.
That's all I'm saying. And he was the recipient of the finesse. He was a part of it in terms of, like, nigga, you part of this because we need you to push the shit in the streets.
Right.
But, nigga, it ain't like he connected it. Nigga, they got to let you do that.
Yeah.
You didn't fool nobody and fill, nigga, American coffins up, nigga, soldiers full of kilos.
Without
the
them
government
you
and the
doing
army
that.
Let you do that
right.
shit.
You think they didn't know?
Man,
Niggas
the hell
knew
yeah,
what
they
the
knew.
Fuck you had going on in there.
First off, bro, they said the motherfucker will find out, okay, this motherfucking coffin only got 2 legs in it.
Yeah, but it's fucking...
And the dude weighed 240, 213. So we got that much. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That's too much intel. That's too much hands-on.
Right.
Your ass would have been in prison somewhere a long-ass time ago.
Knowing that information.
Nigga, they let you do that shit until they didn't let you no more. Go watch the American Gangster movie. Richie Roberts was an Italian flunky cop.
Right.
That was best friends with a mob boss's son
boss.
that was going to take over his. And they was like, you know about this nigga Frank Lucas? He's not buying from us no more. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, when he brought down Frank Lucas, nigga, he didn't bring down those Italian dudes. It was Frank Lucas that was like, nigga, hold on.
I want all of them.
Hold on, my nigga.
And your cops. Nigga.
I'm not going to be the only one following these rules. When Whack 100 was arguing with the Serrano partner, he was telling him, the reason why I won't sign you is because, nigga, first off, I know your culture towards my culture. Mm-hmm. You only want me to sign you because you want to be famous and get money off my culture, sell it to your culture, get rich with a wink, wink. But you know damn well as soon as I put you on a track with Game, here come the Mexican Mafia and here come the cartel and you going to side with them.
Right.
You ain't got no choice.
Right.
You got to do that.
Right.
Now we at war because I'm not laying over, right? So it's just a clusterfuck. Nah, nigga, you go get popping on your own. He's telling them, I mean, I got 3 million followers on this. I already got 100 million views on this song. I got this on this song. And he was like, well, that's cool. Well, why you not popping?
Yeah, why
and then
do
he
you
said,
need
oh,
me?
because this is our culture. But you can't disrespect the house and want a seat, nigga, when it's raining.
Right.
Can't disrespect the house and want shelter when it's raining.
That's why I get why you're not popping, because Chicano rap don't have a big enough.
Because what's the second
space?
Word?
Rap.
What's the second word?
Rap, nigga.
What's the second word? And what is rap? It's a black motherfucking art form, nigga, hosted in a black culture. You can't not, part of your stick can't be we don't fuck with niggas. Why you rapping it?
Your whole shit is
why you rapping it? Boy, you better go get some mariachi bands or something, nigga, to sing that shit. But and do it in Spanish. You can't do that shit in rap culture in America and put Chicano on it and think, nigga, that, oh, everybody will give you a pass.
Right.
Because even Hispanic kids don't vouch for that. Like, bro, that ain't. If you don't like niggas, why you rapping? That's why he said it. He's like, I signed 2 norteños. It's not a black Mexican thing. He signed 2 dudes out of the Bay, and they moving.
Right.
Because they accept, he said, because they accept the culture. They ingratiate themselves to the culture.
But you don't. Your people never. The South, the Sureños never did.
So that's what he was saying. And, like, it just goes to show you this tribalism in America still. You feel me?
Right.
Hell, I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. It's just something that it's only bad for those that don't know about it or those that are ignorant to it. I don't think it's a fucking coincidence that a certain tribe of people run everything that's connected to another tribe of people.
Right.
And we'll leave that at that. But, yeah, man. What you think about Westbrook getting death threats, fam? You hear about that?
I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. I just feel like motherfuckers is taking. If you're a fan of a basketball team, you're just a fan, bro. Literally. You're just somebody who enjoys the game and has a favorite team. For whatever reason, you got a favorite team. Just because a player on your team isn't doing what you want him to do, don't mean that you can just be. I mean, we can't. Obviously, you're gonna do it. But it doesn't give you the right to be a fucking just a dickhead ass person. Like you're to. And then let's start from the top down. Skip Bayless and this Westbrook shit. Stop playing with this nigga's last name. Because we had that conversation about a nigga's name, bruh.
I get it if you take that route. But this is the thing, though. And Shannon Sharp brought this up, and it was a good point. Because I feel you.
Like.
But if it's Mr. Triple Double, that ain't your name either.
Yeah, but they're not making a play on his name, his actual last name, though.
I get it, but they're praising you.
Like. Okay,
I mean, he do got a perfect name for it too. That sucks.
But why aren't we doing it to like niggas could make fun of AD for being hella injury prone, having weak ass ankles. Niggas damn sure could clown a nigga for that shit. Niggas ain't clowning AD. AD's had fucking weak ass knees and ankles since the fucking Pelicans. Niggas don't want it, ain't clowning about that.
Nigga, you haven't seen the Mr. Glass theme?
Oh, I must have
They
missed
got that nigga
one.
in a purple suit, nigga in a wheelchair. They call me Mr. Glass.
So I missed that one. Okay.
Bro, I feel you. Look, let's not. I'm joking,
right.
but you're right. The premise of what you're saying is right.
It's like you niggas
don't
go after everybody that's on your Laker team who ain't
but
doing
what they're
what
gonna
they supposed to
argue
be
is
doing.
that, well, look at LeBron. What if LeBron responded? The only thing as an ex-athlete that I hate that he did was let people know that it was bothering him. Because, nigga, when you go to play the Warriors, when you go play the Kings, when you go to motherfucking them East Coast cities, they're going to hound you.
Let's go back to the death threat. Let's take the name. Fuck the name thing for now. Let's go back to the death threat.
That's wild, fam.
When the fuck did this shit get so serious that you need to threaten another man's life because he's not making your team win?
His wife and kids, bro.
So what if when you threatened his wife and kids, he pulled the glizzy out and shot you?
Well, no, I guess these are calls and like shit like that to the wife, or like messages and shit like that to the wife.
What happens when he tracks you down someday? What happened if he was that nigga that tracked you down through IP addresses and shit?
He got the resources.
And he aired you the fuck out.
You'd be a dummy.
because you're threatening this man's wife, his kids, and his livelihood. If he pulls up and aired you the fuck out, then he's a criminal. He's all this thug and all this shit when all he did was protect him and his family.
I shoot you. You famous.
Like, nigga, because obviously you ain't built for that. You won't fight this man in the fucking parking lot. I bet you won't. He'll beat your motherfucking ass 9 times out of 10. All these athletes you have shit to say or racist shit to say most likely will beat your ass outside this arena. You ain't gonna fight him. You ain't really gonna shoot nothing because you a pussy making phone calls. Most of you
Sometimes
for the majority, most of you niggas is just pussies making phone calls who take this sports shit way too serious. You niggas obviously weren't skilled enough to be out there doing it yourself, so shut the fuck up. Sit back, enjoy this game of these people who were talented enough to do with this shit that you're watching, to give you something to watch. Shut your stupid ass up and sit the fuck back, bro. Like,
my thing is this.
Y'all
this is all trackable. This is all if it came through social media, right? If it came through some kind of anonymous text,
right?
If it came through a voice call or anything like that,
that's all trackable.
Trackable. So getting back to it,
to a millionaire.
But getting back to it, fam, this is where Russ kind of is losing a lot of people because it's like, bro, you don't think LeBron goes through this? Now, granted, everybody deals with shit differently,
right?
But my nigga, you ignore this shit when you balling and everybody Mr. Triple Dub, you doing your thing. That's Russ, nigga. But the same criticisms about Russ this year, certain basketball minds have had them about him all his career. Skip Bayless started calling this nigga Russell Westbrook after championing him for a couple of years.
Right.
And realizing like, oh damn, he really isn't that guy in terms of cerebral play. He's not the skill set classic point guard that his numbers sometimes show. He's doing that off will and athleticism.
But the nigga is averaging 18 point something points, 7
that
assists.
That don't mean shit
like,
if he was averaging 29, nigga,
but it's
10
not on him
and
to
11,
get the
nigga, the last season.
To win every. Oh, I get it.
Just last season.
I get it.
With the Wizards, nigga, you was averaging a triple-double. You can't get 30.
But
you can't get 30 with LeBron and AD out. We're looking at you as a member of a big three.
Right.
We're not looking at you as the fourth option on a championship team, which you really probably are. But because of your contract, your Jordan deal, and the way you came into the league and everything about that, the MVP, the averaging triple-doubles, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer that your coach is saying that the only reason why we playing this nigga is because the GM is like, you can't take him off the bench. He makes too much money.
Right.
Because you don't even fit with the Lakers. And it's not because you don't fit. It's because you won't fit.
Right.
Every basketball player has the ability to fit in the system. But when you've had your ego stroke since college and you making $40 million this year and $47 million next year, listen to that nigga's demeanor, nigga, in the press conference. You're not in Oklahoma. You're not in motherfucking LA, Houston. You're not in motherfucking D.C. You're in a place that got 17 rings that's trying to get 18 before nigga Boston, their arch nemesis.
Right.
They started this goddamn league hating each other.
Mm-hmm.
And nigga, you're from a place that just buried Kobe. Excellence, nigga. We striving for greatness, nigga, and it's Mamba mentality, nigga, or get the fuck out of LA, right?
Right.
So now this is the parameters you with. You the hometown kid, UCLA star, Mr. Triple Double. You're younger. Oh, he gonna help nigga and push the pace so LeBron could just chill and do Bron type shit. And we got AD. We gonna be straight. All summer, you gassed it up. You was talking big shit. You went and did the motherfucking Paris Fashion Week, nigga, and wore a dress and did all that type of shit. But then when you have a bad game, you want to be short with the media. And you're in one of the media capitals of the world.
Yeah, it ain't
now
possible
the media
in
is
LA.
there.
It ain't possible
nigga,
in New York.
And
either.
you want to be short with, oh, nigga, you see how New York got his twin, who I'll call James Harden, is his twin. They have the same type of makeup.
Yeah.
Got him right up out of Brooklyn.
Yeah, they did.
Because they was asking real questions.
Right.
They're starting to ask, like, why you at the strip club every night if your hamstring hurt?
Why
shouldn't you be getting treatment, nigga?
Injury?
Like, you ain't. Maybe it's because you drink so much during the weekend. Like, they be on that type of shit. They be on that time in New York. They be in your face, nigga. They asking real questions, and the fans don't want to hear none of that Hollywood shit.
Nah, they don't want to hear none of that media trained answer you got.
None of that. So I knew James Harden wasn't going to be a good fit for the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think KD or motherfucking Kyrie Irving is. Ironically, even though KD and Kyrie Irving are more fit culturally because they're East Coast kids,
right?
They're comfortable living there more so.
Right.
But nigga, like playing there, like KD don't do well with that type of media. And nigga, like KD clean. But it's just watching the playoffs if he come up short. That's 2 years
they can't
now.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? And with Kyrie, they going to flame his ass. You're only playing half the games because you won't take the little jab, nigga. You relax, nigga. Like, you better go for 50.
Yeah, I don't know how everybody's saying, like, Brooklyn has a chance this year. I don't see how when your star fucking point guard can't play half the games.
Well, that's
in the
because
playoffs.
by the time playoffs come, they're expecting the ban to be lifted in New York.
Oh.
And then one of the things I say
but it
that's
ain't
going to
even
work
looking like that shit's going to be lifted.
One of the things I'm saying that's going to work for Kyrie is Kyrie has a brittle body.
Right.
And has some catastrophic injuries. And when you're his size and you have to play with so much twerk and explosion, it's easy to renege and never get fully healthy. This time off, he's just like, it's like a nigga playing pickup. Like, where y'all at the gym? Are y'all going to be in D.C.?
I'll be there.
I'm pulling up, nigga. I got my ball. You ain't practiced with niggas or nothing.
Nothing.
So it also gives you excuses to not do certain shit. Like if I'm practicing every week, nigga, I see you seal your man off, big man. I know I'm supposed to give you the rock.
Right.
Up, step back. I'm pulling this shit, nigga. I seen the game when he went for 50. He was just in his zone, nigga. And if you can get Kyrie, that's what LeBron created for him. Hey, just do you. I'm gonna do everything else that you need to do as a point guard. Just do you. When you get the ball, when it's Kyrie time, I'm going to let you close it out and you just play. You just imitate Kobe, nigga, because that's really all you out there doing. That's what you want to do. You want to be Kobe. So you go be Kobe. And he was able to win a championship doing that. He can't be the leader on a championship team. And he can't be, nigga, the main ball distributor. Right. Because, nigga, Kyrie don't want to give you an assist. He don't want to pass you the ball.
Nah, he trying to dribble.
If you hit three threes, nigga, off Kyrie passes, that fourth one, nigga, he feeling like, oh, okay, we shooting threes out here, nigga. Let's get these niggas. My turn. I'm going to hit three. He has the skill set to do it. Russell Westbrook has that same mentality without the skill set. Yeah. Their lives the problem. If LeBron hit 2 threes, Russ might come down court and pull a three. That's why the fans would be like, no, right when he about to shoot it. Nigga, Russ has already solidified himself in the fact that he's won, I think, 1 or 2 scoring titles. He's going to the Hall of Fame first ballot. You outdid Oscar Robertson in the triple doubles. You outlasted him, nigga. And okay, I wouldn't shoot the fucking ball, nigga. I would be playing like old J Kidd.
Right, yeah, right.
I get the rebound, nigga. I don't care if I got to run through the key, nigga, and come back out. Like, nigga, who need this thing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to average 20 assists, nigga, on this team. Guarantee you they'll be in the playoff hunt. They'll be doing just fine until AD gets back. But because of his skill set and his numbers, he's been looked at as his he's been looked at as all around point guard.
And that contract.
But he's never been the point guard to come down court and make someone, okay, I got Carmelo Anthony on my team and he got a mismatch. He going for 30 tonight. That's not Russ.
Nope.
Russ come down court full speed, jump in the air, nigga, see Carmelo out the corner of his eye and gun it to him, nigga. Now you got 3 seconds, nigga. We call that hot potato. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, I got to do a.
Yeah, nigga.
You gonna fuck my shooting percentage up out here. Niggas think I'm weak. All the shots I'm getting, nigga, I got a shot fake, nigga, step back, nigga, and I got 3 seconds to just let some shit go. Bro, that shit work for KD, nigga.
Right, yeah.
Right, like, you know, you got to be somebody special to do that on a regular basis, nigga. Like, you got to have special physical attributes and all that. You got to
be fucking Steph Curry.
Fam. And even Steph. Hey, and even Steph after the third one, nigga, hey, I'm like,
stop doing that shit.
Nigga, I bring the shit up myself, nigga. That's what you going to be doing, nigga. Doing that fuck shit. You doing?
Stop shooting that little ass gun.
Give me the ball, nigga, with some time. Right. That's exactly what you out there doing. You busting that little ass one shooter, nigga. If you don't give me the ball so I can put some lather on this thing and move, nigga, you see, dog, I've always watched Russell.
And it's fucked up. He gonna zip it to you in the corner where you have no space.
Russ has played like that his whole career, fam.
You be on the corner.
Niggas have called me haters for this.
Nigga, this you. Hit it out of bounds. They gonna give you the ball right here. You ain't got no room to play with.
Fam, if my nigga J Cash watching, I love you, boy. And vouch for me, my nigga. If you see this, vouch for me. I've been saying this when Russ was hot, when everybody was like, nigga, oh, Russ better than Steph Curry. I mean, that time, nigga, I was saying, like, bro, you guys are out of your everlasting fucking mind. His basketball IQ is that of a fucking moron. And there's no two ways about it. And the thing about morons that are good at basketball, no disrespect. Like, let me stop. I got love for Russ as the person. I love who he is. I love what he brings, his energy. I'll play with Russ any day of the week if I was so fortunate. But what I'm saying is like that moronic IQ where it's just like it don't matter what coach has been telling me my whole fucking life because I'm going to just hit this nigga with an in out, take 3 steps, nigga, and poke on his ass. Right? Pause.
Right. Yeah.
Or I'm going to just shimmy nigga and pull up and elevate over dude and get my shot off. Right? I'm going to blow by and get to the basket. Well, when you lose a step of athleticism in the NBA and you got these young boys that's been seeing you on their motherfucking screensaver, nigga, they got their little joint, nigga, in the motherfucking stands. Nigga, they trying to yallo on the yallo. Nigga, they trying to like, nigga, it's my turn now, Russ. Nigga, like, you done had this thing for a minute. And I'm just as athletic, if not more athletic than you right now. Know all your moves, been learning them. I'm you, but just younger. He can't do nothing with that. De'Aaron Fox and them eat his lunch, bro. Because he's never practiced or developed into a great defender. That's right now when LeBron be locking niggas up, it don't even be fucking athleticism no more. It's just IQ.
Right.
I'm going to cut you off here, nigga. You're left-handed. I already seen the tape, nigga, so I'm making you go right. Like just little shit like that. I'm gonna slide you into my motherfucking shot blocker. Just shit like that. It still makes him a great defender, right, when he needs to be. And then when I really got to just, nigga, get in my bag, nigga, and sit on it, nigga, I could do it for a little while. Nigga, I could sit down and pause and get in there, right? All right. Russ still athletic. Russ still technically in his prime. Russ getting blown by every fucking which way, fam. That's why niggas. You know how much money niggas put on Laker games? And do you know how much Lakers seats cost?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck you mean it don't matter to you? When the reporter asks you, nigga, about this, what do you mean? You tell the reporter, well, I didn't have those expectations. You didn't expect to win?
Right.
Nigga, you just came and joined LeBron and AD, and they would have probably competed or had a chance to contend for back-to-back titles had both of them not got hurt last year. You re-signed with them in the summer. You didn't think that y'all had a chance to win? Fam, report niggas that stayed up late to watch the Lakers game and probably is late paying their car note and is probably going to go without doing certain things, nigga, for the next couple of weeks to cover that. They don't want to get home, nigga, from that long-ass commute. Nigga, I've been to a Laker game. Nigga, from that long-ass commute of traffic to get all the way home late. Now I got to get up in 4 hours to go back to work. We lost. This nigga played like shit. He's making $44 million just for basketball, and the nigga said it don't matter. Hey, Jenny Buzz, y'all got to cut them ticket prices. Russ said it don't matter, nigga.
Right, yeah.
Why the fuck these tickets so high if Russ say it don't matter?
You got to cut these ticket prices.
Bro, it's arrogance.
Right.
Now, I'm not condoning niggas threatening your life and your kids, like all that. That's nonsense. But you going to get these Westbrooks and booze, nigga. I got to come to the game. I paid for this shit, nigga, last year.
Oh, yeah, nigga.
Nigga, what you looking at? What you on?
Just laughing at your fucking statement. And somebody tagged me in an old video I fucking shot. Bruh, I get it. And I guess being in any type of entertainment space or celebrity space or pro athlete space, you do gotta have tough skin. And you got to take the ups with the downs. You can't let niggas call you Mr. Triple Double all the time. And then when it's not going good, you mad at the Westbrook. I feel that.
Or they call them Beastbrook.
Yeah. You can't be the nigga when it's going in your favor, love every piece of it. But when it's not, niggas can't tell you nothing.
Fam, what did niggas say about Kobe, bro? What do niggas say about like just think,
Iverson.
just think about the niggas that have been ridiculed.
What
Nobody
do they
gets
say?
it worse than LeBron.
What do they say? I
nigga.
was just about to say that. What
Nobody
are they
gets it
always
worse than
saying about
LeBron, bro.
LeBron?
Nigga, they be talking about LeBron's mother. They be talking about nigga LeBron's hairline all the time.
4 championships, right?
4 championships, nigga.
MVP. He's got an MVP, right?
Nigga, 4
Scoring
MVPs,
championships.
4 finals MVPs.
Yeah,
Nigga, the most
All-Star
gold medals,
MVPs,
most gold medals, points scored.
So let's say
the most points scored in history.
Even with all them accolades,
They-
even bringing LA a championship in the last couple years.
What do they call that nigga?
He's still getting it.
LeChoke.
Yeah, he's
LeBrick.
He
LeBron
still
gets that.
Gets it all day being the greatest player in the world, arguably maybe the greatest player of all time.
Hey, and you know what else though?
He's gonna hear it for the rest of his career. Your bottle?
Yeah.
I threw it away.
Oh, it was empty?
Yeah.
Oh, good looking. I just didn't want to kick it over.
Oh,
That's why I was like,
no,
nigga.
we kept getting knocked over.
Yeah, that's why I was like, nigga, where my shit?
So nah, you're talking about arguably maybe the greatest player of all time when it's all said and done.
But think about
He
it, dog.
still
Like,
catches the same. He catches it more than you, Westbrook.
that's what I don't get.
Like,
And the only reason why you getting it more than him right now is because
yours
he's
right
playing
now.
better than you.
It's not even that. It's because he's publicizing his discomfort with it, so it's getting worse.
It's gonna get worse.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
and
although
Russ
he
has
balled out
always,
tonight,
and Russ
they lost though.
Russ has always been somebody. Russ has always been the one that's known. If you push his buttons enough, you'll get a reaction out of him. You talk enough shit to him before a game, after a game, during a game, you'll get a reaction out this man. He's known for that.
For not being, that's just a lack of mental strength.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, if Russ Westbrook's coming to your city, you know there's a good chance you can get under his skin.
Well,
if
they're
you're
gonna
close
have
enough.
billboards up welcoming Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, right. And because they know it's gonna
niggas-
fuck your game up.
Nigga, it's gonna be niggas with just slabs of brick, nigga, in
Yep.
their hand, nigga, when that nigga shooting the ball. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't have never told him that. I'd have lied. I'd be like, yeah, man, I love those little nicknames, man. They motivate me, keep them coming. I got to get out of this shooting slump. But it's the lack of ability to like self-evaluate.
You got to be the type of nigga that's gonna walk up there with a Westbrook T-shirt, nigga.
Facts.
At the end, just sit there in it at the fucking press conference. That's
Or
when you know
brick.
a nigga is unbothered.
I'd have pulled up with a brick, nigga, set my brick there
Yeah.
for the rest of the season, nigga. I'm sitting a brick right here.
Yeah.
Whether I got 8 points, nigga, or 80.
Westbrook, nigga.
Nigga, and then that way when I get out this slump and we balling or something, nigga, and upset some shit, nigga, that brick gonna be sitting
I'll be
there.
that nigga. Be like, hey, I appreciate that Westbrook shit. I copywrote it. T-shirts on sale right now. Go to Westbrook. Go to Westbrook.com.
One of them fans in LA already beat that nigga to it. One of them rich fans. That's when I learned that shit through Cap. Cap had to go to court against a nigga for that Kaepernick and shit. Like, and they really just sided with him because it's his. Yeah. Like, if it was another person, they would have had to split it. But it was his, and it was just like, bro, that's his shit.
Past
nigga.
that,
like, you know,
right.
and he doing it right, like nigga, so that he won. But like, they was really trying to contest that shit. Like, nope.
But I'm just saying, that's the type of nigga I would be. I'm like, nigga, it's a shirt now. I copywrote it, nigga. Now you gonna pay me for this shit. Now you gonna pay me for the name you gonna keep calling me.
I
nigga.
would brand that whole shit.
Right. You gonna pay me for Westbrook, nigga.
I'll be doing Westbrook commercials, but I'll be doing cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
And nigga, I'll spend the whole meaning of that shit, nigga. I'm from the brick, nigga. I'll be back in my neighborhood.
Right.
Like, nigga, I came from the brick, nigga. We out here. It's just all in how you flip it. What Russ knows better.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same nigga that when Nipsey died, that nigga went for 20-20-20.
Yep. Right.
It's that same dude. That was
you
not that.
you knew
Come
you
on, bro.
You were going for 60 somehow
on,
in the
fam.
combination, nigga, and
Come
you
on.
made it happen.
So if he wanted to stop shooting bad shots, he could.
Mm.
He's arrogant, dog, in the sense that he's never really looked into the fact that, like, yeah, bro, you've never been a good shooter. He gets paid like he's a good shooter. The nigga just be down there bugging. But shit, nigga, we can go.
This, bruh, I hate looking at my older videos. I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, especially right now. Nigga, what you got on?
It's because I always get better. That don't even look like a video of mine.
Oh. Yeah, nah, I feel
And it
you.
is. It don't look like my work.
No, I could dig that.
I don't gotta worry about that no more. I'm in retirement. I'm enjoying this shit. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I'm shooting.
It's another episode of the Always Talking Shit Show.
I like, you know.
It's your boy Talkin.
I like them to hear my shit over the applause. Sometimes.
That's ego.
Peace and love.
You always talking shit show.
Well, fuck you.